Hello, folks. This is Colin from Kincaid Outdoors. Happy Independence Day, happy 4th of July, and all this other fun stuff. Hopefully, somebody's going to be popping in. No clue if they are or not, but here I am. So, as my normal Thursday live, this is going to be a little bit different because it is what it is. Hopefully, people will pop in, but if they can, great. If they can't, completely understandable. They have other things they may be doing. So I am here with my wife, Jenny. She's right there. And this is what we got. So hopefully we'll get some more people in. Don't know how many as of yet. I'm still working. So please forgive me about that part because it was a little bit of an echo. So let's find out who's going to show up first. It's showing I got 2 people watching. No clue about how long that's going to last or if it's going to do anything. But we're going to find out, aren't we? So here we are, and let's see what happens next. I don't know who's going to be here. Hey, Wyatt, how you doing, brother? Long time no see. Kind of surprised you're here. Haven't seen you in a bit. Well, things are going as well as they can be. I'm stuck at home now due to an injury. Was working at a thrift store for a while, but now I'm not. But I am still injured. I am still waiting surgery. But right now, this is what I've got. Hope things are well on your end and everything else. I know you're on summer vacation, I believe. Oh, yeah. Yeah, farm life, I can understand that. That kind of life does not end. Between new calves and sick cattle and all the other stuff, yeah. We do not have our son this weekend, so he is with his mother. So she's celebrating that with him. So you're the first one to come in a long while. So hopefully, we're showing 4 people here. I don't see just the 2 of us. That'd be interesting to see how that turns out. Now we're down to 2 again. If you could please like, share, subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Let's see what we got here. I'm not sure who's all going to show up, but hey, it is what it is. Right now, I am working on getting my weight down to where I can get my surgery done. I have been getting a lot of new items in that I've been doing reviews on. I even got some older items that I've been doing. I'm going to probably do another review on, which is this one here, which is the French Army Commando tent, which I'll be using my trekking poles with, which you have not seen yet. And I've got a couple other things I'm going to be doing reviews on, but that's going to be down the line. Other than that, any questions, feel free to ask. And happy Independence Day or happy 4th of July, whatever you want to call it. So I'm not sure if anybody else is going to be showing up. I'm hoping. I've tried sending this out. I'm going to try to do some more invitations. Hopefully we can try doing this again. So we're going to find out, aren't we? Actually, I'm going to do this one this way. My injury is with my knee, and I can, but not very well because I can't stand very long. I have a torn meniscus in two places, vertical and horizontal, as well as a torn ACL, which all three of those injuries are unable to be healed. They have to be, so it has to be, they can't be fixed either, so they have to be replaced. So I'm waiting a surgery to get that done. So I'll go back for our follow-up appointment on the 18th, and hopefully they'll give me good news on my weight and help me lose the extra weight that I need. The sooner I get it down, I mean, I've lost 27 pounds. I still need another 25. Nope. They have to get my weight down. I mean, when I first initially got injured, I weighed 317. I'm down to in between 290 and 295, which is a significant amount, by the way. But still got a lot way to go. And I'm at a plateau right now, just trying to get the last of the weight down. It's great. I mean, it helped with my energy levels and stuff, but I still got to lose 25 more pounds, 20, 25 pounds to go. So it is what it is. I'm hoping if there's anybody else here, say hi. Please put like, share, subscribe. I really appreciate it. Yeah, just trying to do my best. Oh, I forgot to like this thing myself. So there's that. Yeah, hopefully things will get better as things progress. But right now, I'm kind of stuck at home with my surgery date being unknown. Hopefully they'll get that figured out soon enough, and then I'll be back on the saddle with my healing and everything else. Because one of the things I do plan on doing is getting out there and doing some hunting this year. I do have some plans on doing that. I do need to get me a new shotgun for that purpose, as well as another 22. But that's down the line. But I do have a lot of backpacking gear and stuff like that. I do plan on doing some camping outdoor stuff next weekend. Not this weekend, but weekend after next. Not this Saturday, but the Saturday after next. I plan on doing some camping with my boy Ian, and hopefully we can try some of the new gear that I've got. I've got a new backpack. I've got a new to me. All those items are new to me. I got new tent, a bunch of other stuff. So There is nothing they can do. The ACL cannot be repaired. There is no surgery for that. The meniscus that got tore in two places, it just got repaired a month prior to the injury that caused it, the two tears, and it's too thin now to be repaired. So the only thing they can do is replace, and they're going to replace the whole knee. So I don't have torn muscles, just the meniscus and the ACL, because there's nothing else they can do. They're going to take it out, put a new knee in, like a titanium knee, and that'll be it. Hopefully, that should be enough for me to keep going. But right now, I'm just like in a holding pattern. Not much I can do. Well, initially, I just twisted my knee back in June of last year, which initially tore my meniscus. I didn't get it fixed until September of last year. And once I get that fixed, I was on the recovery side, and I was doing some light duty cleaning on the floors at my workplace. I slipped and fell due to some debris on the ground and landed on my left knee, which I just had surgery on. That injury caused the two tears and the meniscus tear. So I've been waiting since October of last year to try to get my thing. But I've gone down 25 pounds, which I think is a significant amount, but not enough for what they need. So I slipped on some debris on the ground, is all I can say, and I came down hard on my knee. I just got repaired. So there is nothing else I can do about it. Except I've been wearing a brace ever since then, and it has not been doing great because lately they seem to get worse. They're not getting better. Hey, Sean, how you doing, brother? I'm okay. I'm not great, but I'm okay. Happy Independence Day. Thank you for coming. I hope you are at home with your family, not on the road. I know how long you do have a tendency to travel a lot, so I'm hoping you are close to somewhere at home. I know Wyatt is with his family. Sean, this is Wyatt. Broadhead is Wyatt. He's one of their youngest people who come in. Yeah, I've done my best to try to lose as much as I can. It's just not easy. Not by a long shot. But I'm doing my best. Now, Wyatt is a championship archer in his own right, a compound shooter, I should say. I do make a difference there, Wyatt. But right now, things are going as best I can go. You may notice things are a little different in the background. There's no lamp on this side of me. Oh, sorry, this side of me. There's no lamp on this side, right here. I moved it to this side. I may have to do some more light changes to see how that works, but I'm doing the best I can. We could talk about pretty much any topic. I've got some camping supplies that I want to talk about. We can talk about fishing. We can talk about hunting. We can talk about archery. Just a little bit of everything. Let's see what we can do. I do have my Pepsi on me, so I'm never going to be without that. But that remains to be seen. Now, I do plan on getting back and doing, once my knee is replaced, getting back out there, do some backpacking, because I picked up a significant amount of good gear recently, the last 6 months, well, 3 months or so. that I'm going to be using a lot of it for my next backpacking trip, which I haven't really planned yet, but I'm working on it. Okay, cool. My dad was a Marine, and the only reason I use the word was because he passed away. That's the only reason. My wife's father was a Marine, so he was Marine and then the Army. So that your million-mile drive. Now, I do want to talk to you guys about. Okay, good for you. Well, tell him, thank him for his service for me, please. I really appreciate it. From one Marine dependent to another, Wyatt, tell him thank you. I was Air Force and Army, so there's that. My dad was in during the Cuban Missile Crisis. He was also stationed over in Okinawa back in the 60s, early 60s, excuse me. And I got to hear all the cool stories back in the day. Because one of the things he did was he was motor pool, but he was a chauffeur for the general on Okinawa. And he got to tell me whole kinds of interesting stories. Now, the only thing I can really do today that would be really cool, if someone has an interesting story about someone in their family that was in the military that they want to talk about, you can come up and talk about it. Because I think it's a really cool thing to honor those who were in the services before, and the best way to remember them is to talk about them. I'm going to be talking about my dad a lot. I might talk about my wife and her, when she was in. She's got a few stories as well. Not as many as I do, I don't think, because I was in longer than she was. But we all have our stories that are interesting to say about the services that we were in. So that's cool that your dad worked on missiles. I didn't do any of those kind of things. I was Army medic for 12 years, and I was a Air Force admin for 4. But I was Air Force first. So I learned a lot of different things, and it was, I got to hear some really cool stories, see some really cool things, and do some really cool things. But I also seen some stuff I'd rather not repeat, which I probably won't talk about. But I will say this: I will honor everybody who put their heart into it, and they did their best. Whether it was one of my former platoon members who served during Vietnam. There's another friend of mine who I met at the DAV recently, who also served in Vietnam. Really cool guy. I'm not going to mention him by name, just giving him, but he's cool too. And I met some Navy guys and some no Coast Guard, surprisingly enough, but some what's the word we say? Inter-platoon type thing from all the different services, things that went on, company stuff, which I could tell you about as we go on. Now, those things are neither here nor there. We're honoring the people who made it possible for us to be doing this today. Those people who died and everything for us to sign the Declaration of Independence. way back in the day. So thank you all for who became before us, and glad that you did what you did for us to be able to do this. Now, I don't know how many people are going to show up because I know they have other things they do in their lives. Some people are busy, some people are not. I hope they are able to stop in. I really appreciate it if they do. My wife is in the bedroom doing what she likes to do right now. She's playing video games. I'm assuming you're playing video games, right? You're playing video games, right? Oh, I thought you were playing video games. That's true, Sean. That's a good idea. Okay, understandable there, Wyatt. Some people gave bits and pieces of themselves. I've met a couple people, not very many, mind you, because that wasn't my area that I dealt with. But I've dealt with people who got injured before. Now, still thank you for your thanks to your father for his service and everything he gave to him. Be safe, Sean. Be well, brother. Now, right now, I don't know how many people are going to be able to show up because it is what the day it is. Because a lot of the activities that happen today are, fireworks, obviously, picnics, family get-togethers, barbecuing, and other events such as that. I don't know if there's anything like that going on here because we are just not in that state of mind at the moment. Hey, Doug, how you doing, brother? Happy Independence Day to you, sir. I'm glad you could make it. I don't know how far along, but I'm glad you're here. We're just talking about different things. I've got some stories about my dad I could talk about, who was in the Marine Corps, that he told me. Only a few, and I got a few of my own that I could, send out to the world for you. So I'm hoping that everybody has a wonderful 4th of July. Freedom, the whole 9 yards. There are no words to explain what it feels like because so much has happened and people have given so much, and having to defend it every day is hard. So thank you for coming, Sean. Thank you for being here, Doug. And Wyatt, thank you, sir, as well. Do you have any good 4th of July stories? I have a sad 4th of July story, but I will talk to you guys about that in a bit if you're interested. But it's about my dad, mostly. But, well, I'm doing a lot of, yammering on. So how you guys doing? Hope things are well in your areas. And tell me what's going on, because it is what it is. Now, I may want to talk about some backpacking stuff. I may want to talk about some thrift shopping stuff. I may want to talk about just anything at all. But I want to get some people in here and see what you guys are talking about. So, Doug, what's up? Tell me how you're doing. Because I'm all ears, as you can see. Do you have anything new that's going on? Do you have anything fun that's going on? You guys got a family gathering going on right now, cookout, watching fireworks, blowing off steam, whatever. And as you can see, Wyatt just did a little spiel about his dad and why he's not in the Marine Corps anymore. And I thank him for his service. Okay, that's nothing wrong with that. I don't have my son with me today, so he is up with his mother. Just Jenny and me today. We ended up doing something simple and having KFC delivered and just had a simple little meal there. I did try doing some work on the back deck. So, because in case we were thinking about updating the back deck a little bit, getting it cleaned up and waterproofed and changed color and all that stuff. But hey, Cliff. Well, Cliff, you can come on up. Got room right up here. Links at the top of the chat. Yeah, we're just talking about a little bit of everything. Honoring the people who are in the service. A little bit of everything. I'm getting a little blinded by the sun that's still going down. That's what this little part here is. Today wasn't too bad. Today it's like 79. It was supposed to rain, but it didn't. We did some yard work. I watched some movies, Elvis movies, surprisingly enough. But I got to try something on Jenny for a change, and I just want to see what you guys think. What I've was going to have her try on, and you guys tell me what you think. So the link is in the chat, folks, at the top of the stream. Please come on up. You're more than welcome. We could talk about a little bit of everything. Your favorite Independence Day thing, or favorite veteran thing, or anything like that would be cool, but not necessary. It could be just a normal Thursday for you if you're not into that. Nothing wrong with that. So let's see what you got. Come on up. So, Cliff, what's up? Come on. I kind of missed you on yesterday. I guess you were on Mallory's live, and I know I stopped in there for a little bit myself, but then I just kind of passed out. So right now we got sunshine. Jenny's right here. We got Cliff, we got Wyatt, and we got Doug.
Back as your buddy's on.
Come on. Yeah, your buddy's here there, Cliff. You got to come up here and say hi. Hey, Cecilia. Glad you can make it. Yep, we are doing, just a little bit of everything. Let's hope everybody is having a good 4th of July. Happy Independence Day for those of us from the United States. I know Canada Day was recently, so back a month, so I think. So that's for you, Cecilia. Other than that, give me a second. I got itch. I get. Not much celebrating here. Just sitting here, basically sat on our phones after we did some yard work out in the yard, working on the back deck, trying to get it cleaned up, getting some plans out, some ideas. Jenny is putting in a new bookshelf that we recently picked up. So that's going to be our last purchase at the DAV for a while because I am no longer working there. Due to the fact that my tenure there was only there for 3 months, it's supposed to be Done. I may go back. I don't know. Okay. I wasn't sure when it was, Cecilia, but thank you for letting me know. I know you do, Cecilia. You talked about that at length. Dan, how you doing, brother? Glad you can make it. Anybody who wants to come up, the chat link is at the top of the chat. I really appreciate it because I feel like I'm talking to myself. I don't like yammering. And here's Cliff.
I suppose I'll pop on up.
How you doing, brother?
Tired and kind of crispy.
A lot of yard work.
I've been in and out most of the day, and it has been a hot one. Again, triple digits, so 100 degrees. Yes, it's hot. I got a dry heat. So for those of you who have heat and humidity, sucks for you, but at least you're moist.
Oh, I don't
get
like
moist,
that.
And then I dry out.
Well, we are running around 79. I don't know what our relative humidity is. Give me a second here. I'll find out. I can.
It was 100 today, no clouds, nothing. I was expecting more rain, but nothing.
Hey, Cecilia.
Almost dropped my pen in the trash can.
Yeah, Jenny and I are, we were working on our back deck. We were expecting that Ian and his mom was going to come down and we are going to go do some grilling, but that kind of fell through. But we got a chance to clean off our back porch, our back deck and stuff. And I was going through some stuff while I was down in the basement, and I picked up this pack right here. You guys probably don't recognize
found it.
Huh?
Said picked it up or found it?
No, I picked it up. It was in my basement. I knew it was. Hey, Dan.
Okay. You know how I mentioned yesterday that someone went up on my roof and made about 1.5 foot hole in my roof?
Right.
Apparently stole your gutters.
And I had someone come by and give me a quote. And he was going to finish writing up the quote. And he was coming here this morning to fix it. And he said that he was going to do the work. I was going to take the money out of my line of credit. And we had a figure. And I told him, you know what, you're giving me the cost of the material, but I need a outline of exactly what you're going to do. Well, guess what? You know, I sleep during the day. I didn't. I got up at 7 this morning after only 2 hours of sleep. And he had some Mexican workers on my roof. They weren't roofers. And what they did is rather than cutting out where the hole was and making it nice and putting in a new board, all they did was put roofing tiles. And I saw them do that. And I got a little upset because they weren't doing it according to the order. Now, because these people couldn't speak English or very bad broken English, I called the boss because he came here in the morning with the guys, and he said he was just going to go to another job site, be back in a half an hour. Well, 2 hours later, these guys are with my roof. And I called the owners because these guys are supposed to be roofers. No equipment. The guy was using a bungee cord type of string to hold up the other guy as he was going up on the roof. I mean, it was like a disaster waiting to go.
Oh, wow.
Then I told him, you gave me a blank cost. Now, what we spoke about, now you're telling me that if I want something else, which I had spoken to you about yesterday, and it was supposedly quoted on the price, that now it's extra. Okay.
I'm sorry you get scammed there, Cecilia.
Pardon?
I'm sorry you got scammed.
Well, you know what? I got really pissed off. I called the so-called owner after 2 hours of waiting for him. I said, you know what? I'm really not feeling comfortable. You said yesterday that you would give me my breakdown. You've now increased my costs. You have people here that have been sitting around for 2 hours because number one, they don't have the supplies, nor do they know what they're supposed to do. Like the guys had nothing except for a hammer and a crowbar and some roofing tiles and something to cut the roofing tiles with. That's all the equipment they came with. Now they were doing the eaves troughs, they were doing the gutters, and I have one pole um, at that holds my porch up uh, that is unfortunately been water damaged, and then someone's been rotting it out. So all these things were all items that were going to be done, and there was no equipment. He disappeared for over 2 hours, and the guys, like I said, they did a half-assed job. They didn't even put a proper board. So right now, if someone goes on top of my roof right now, they'll probably go through the damn hole. Um, but this is a little frustrating. And then
That's well, I
um,
understand.
then
Did you?
he tells me, because I told him, it's hard for me to get out. I don't do um, any wire payments of any sort, but I say I'm old fashioned. My bank is just down the street. I will write you out a check. I'll even make it out to cash. Okay. And that way you'll have no problem cashing it, especially if you're cashing it at my bank. Well, guess what? Today he changed his mind. He wants cash. Sound fishy, guys?
Yeah, Cecilia, I'm really sorry about what's going on with you and everything. I wish I could help you. I really do. I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, they tried to scam you, plain and simple, and I have no idea what to do. Cliff, you got anything?
Well,
I can't.
unfortunately, when you're old and disabled, unfortunately, we're the ones that are getting constantly scammed. And like I said, in the end, the guy did a patch up, and I got so pissed off. He says, first he wanted me to pay for what the job was done, and I go, well, what is it that you want? Then his partner came around and said, you know what? Um, Forget about it. We're not charging you anything. But the other guy is saying, well, you know how much it's costing me to have these guys here? And I felt like saying, they've been sitting around for over 2 freaking hours waiting for supplies, waiting for instruction. So, and then there was a downspout that he was going to put, and then he gives me the downspout, and I said, "Look, I don't want it. I'll call someone else to do it. I don't want your downspout." And I said, "Take it away." But you know what? He left it. So, but I can't do anything with it.
Well, like I said, I'm sorry that they scammed you. The one guy was audible apparently that they didn't charge you anything. So
Yeah, but
that's
that's
something.
besides the point. But it was the whole frustration. Like, I don't like having workmen come to the house. I have a very sleepless night. I only got a couple of hours sleep. I'm about to pass out. I mean, I'm more exhausted now
So
than
yeah,
I
I think
am
you need
doing.
to get some more rest because
Like I said, I'm more exhausted now than doing my 24 hours without any sleep. It's a total frustration. I just wish that, people were honest and kept their word. And you know what? Telling me one price and then all of a sudden, oh, we didn't discuss this. If you
it's called
want
the
this
bait and
now,
switch.
you know, it's like I was getting the gutters, and I was getting the not for the back, but for the front. I was getting the leaf guard system because in the front there's too many trees and everything else. So the gutters constantly get clogged up,
Right.
and unfortunately, I can't get up there, and my so-called handyman is nowhere to be seen.
Well, Celia, I think you need more rest. because you're just getting yourself
You
riled
know
up.
what? I need to find some honest people to do an honest day's work
Do
for an
they
honest day pay.
do they have anything in like in here in the United States? They have something called the Better Business Bureau. I'm not sure
Yeah,
if they have that over there.
yeah. I've reported one to the Better Business Bureau who took me for a run. But like I
No,
said, this guy ended up not charging me anything. But the only thing is the guy, when they went up onto the roof sections, their ladders were cheap ladders, and they,
I
you know,
understand that, but that's
they,
not what I was getting at. Is they do have a list of good, reputable people who could do the job that people recommend.
yeah, well, that list up here is sort of a hit and miss.
Weird. I'm sure Cliff heard about things like that before.
I was going to say,
Well,
I
the
highly
only
doubt the workers were Mexican because it's too damn cold in Canada for them.
not up here at this time. Reason being, I know they're Mexican is because one of my neighbors in the rental unit, the upstairs, she's Mexican, and she was talking to them in Mexican. So,
Like I say, they could be Guatemalan too. So,
well, they looked Mexican and they were talking Mexican. So I'm assuming. Assuming, again, one guy could barely speak English, the other one couldn't speak any English at all. But if you're supposed to be proper roofers, my son was a roofer. There's certain safety gear that you have to wear if you're going up on a roof. Like I said, they were using some sort of a bungee cord system. The guy went up on the roof and the other one tied himself off to it. And one guy was sort of like bracing himself on top while the other guy was trying to do, the repair. It's like, oh, it was like an accident waiting to happen.
Safety systems. Man, last time I checked, the safety system was a foot on the roof, and that was it. There's no safety. I didn't know use no safety system when I redid the roof of my dad on this house. It was up there for 2 freaking weeks.
How tall is your roof, though, Cliff?
Cliff, if you're doing your own roof, that's fine. You take your own risks. But when you're doing someone else's roof, there are certain safety equipment that you need. You need the proper staffing and the proper bracing. Because number one, the owner of the house can be liable to a certain extent if something happens to, the person working on the house because they didn't make sure that the company supplied the company that they hired out provided the proper security systems for their workers. It's different between, you doing it yourself and hiring someone to do it.
Hey, Cecilia, got a quick question. I know you have your thing you're trying to vent on, because I'd like to get back to the Independence Day portion of my chat, if I may, please.
Go right ahead. Sorry, I went off here.
That's okay, but I know you have your issues, and this gets it off your chest and stuff. But I'd like to say happy Independence Day for those who are here. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Cliff.
Yes,
you can make it.
4th.
I was trying.
So how many hot dogs and hamburgers did you barbecue?
I never got a chance to barbecue, so we just ordered KFC.
I've been outside doing yard work all day.
We did a little yard work on our back deck, trying to clean it up. We're going to be trying to do some. There's supposed to be something you could do on your boards to help clean them up, looking like new. Then you could stain them and seal them.
Yeah, it's called a power washer.
No. The like using bleach or something, or
No, don't use bleach on your wood.
Vinegar or something like that. I think it might be vinegar. Supposed to make them look like new.
Yeah, it's called a power washer and a sander.
This was without using a sander.
Power washer.
No, a power wash using vinegar.
No way. Nope. That'll kill everything around you. Vinegar can kill plants in high doses. Ew, gross. Brussels sprouts. The domesticated ditchweed.
Cliff, I don't know what you have against Brussels sprouts, but as far as I'm concerned, they're small cabbages. Just
Oh, it's diluted vinegar,
individual.
not undiluted vinegar. So
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it. Did Brussels sprouts are domesticated ditch weeds.
Brussels sprouts are miniature cabbages.
Yeah, that's what Cecilia just said. But they're still domesticated ditch weeds.
They're the green golf balls.
Domesticated ditch weeds.
They're delicious when done with garlic butter.
If you don't like the taste of them, garlic butter won't fix them.
I don't do broccoli either because broccoli's gross.
I like fresh broccoli, nothing else. If it's just the broccoli itself, eating it raw, that's fine.
I
But
can
no,
do cauliflower,
do not cook
which
it.
is weird.
Huh?
Yeah.
I can eat cauliflower, which cauliflower is basically the albino version of broccoli, but it tastes way better.
You eat it raw though.
I usually
you
eat it in
cook it?
soups.
I'd rather eat fresh rather than cooked. I will not. Only way I'll eat spinach is raw, uncooked, because I
Ooh.
won't touch it any other way. Because
Colin,
any other way is wrong.
Colin,
Well,
some Franks. I think that's what you guys call them down there. Slice up some Franks, get them sauteed, put some onions in it, throw the spinach over it, and it is heaven.
you're talking about
Mind you,
hot
I
dog.
will have a raw spinach salad, but cooked spinach, if done right with, your kielbasa
actually had an
or
issue
some
with
other
it as a kid.
sausage.
Blech.
I had issues with spinach, cooked spinach as a kid. It got stuck right here. I nearly suffocated. I could not swallow it at all. It was so slimy. No more. So raw.
So it's
is
a
the only way
mental
I'll do it
issue
as a
with
salad.
you.
Huh?
It's a mental issue with you, a mental block.
Well, the thing is, I didn't like the flavor. I didn't like the texture. So I will say I will eat mine my way. You eat yours your way. I'm good with that. Kale chips? No, I've tried kale chips. Kale chips suck. How about you,
No.
Cliff?
Broadhead,
Ever-
why do you sound like a vegan?
Who,
Well,
I'm
me?
sorry, I'm just
No.
gonna straight say it. Eating kale chips? I'm sorry, bro, but no.
Well,
Kale should never be eaten. Just look at it.
kale is supposed to be healthier than having French fries or having the regular chips. It's supposed
Okay.
to be healthier.
Just because
more
they're
nutrients.
healthier does not mean they taste better.
Well, kale I prefer in a salad or more in a soup. But I can understand people doing kale chips. I'm not a fan, but I wouldn't be opposed to trying it.
Yeah, like I said, I'll just stick
It's
to
essentially dehydrated lettuce.
pretty much. Actually, be like dehydrated rhubarb.
Same. Well, I mean, it's all part of the leafy green family.
Right. Unless it's a raw salad, there's no point.
I mean, in a salad, yes, that's why most people will grow kale, spinach, salad mixes, things like that. Yeah, I saw the comment, but
I'm sorry.
they're essentially just substitutes or fillers for lack of lettuce. But I mean, you're gonna get different texture and a little bit of different flavor in between the three, but still, it's weird.
Well, my spinach is doing really well. My neighbor actually likes mint. And she's helping
good
me
neighbor
put
or the
my
shitty neighbor?
hibachi together. So
The good or
I
bad
went
neighbor?
and got her a big pile of mint, and she's going to have a blast with all that mint.
So you're gonna have a lot of tea.
My mint is going crazy right now. I have so much mint. I don't even at this moment. I don't know what to do with it.
How's your Italian seasoning coming?
Slowly. It's too damn hot. Half my herbs fried.
Ah, dang.
Well,
I'm
the
still
only
looking
herbs
forward to
I've
it more.
got, the lemon balm and the mint is the only seasoning that has survived the animals and the neighbor. Uh, oh, no, I won't. I won't say that. But no, those are the only things that have made it. Also, my uh, what's that green leaf? The herb that I use, mullein. My mullein is also doing nicely. Everything else, unfortunately, tomatoes are not going anything over an inch. It's sort of like it's came out of its shell, and that's all it's doing right now. Mind you, it is hot as Hades up here. Um, you know, let me look at this thing here. What does it say? We're at 78 for today with
Oh,
a
your temperature?
humidity of 55.
Yeah, we're at 78 as well. And give me a second here. Uh, Humidity of, what do we got? 78. 75 current, 78 humidity.
Well,
So,
all I know is I went outside and it was so hot when I went outside. My neighbor came out with her dog, who unfortunately is a little um, skittish and was barking at everybody. I nearly passed out with the humidity out there. I mean, she looked at me and I was ready to pass out. Came in and crawled into the house and had my ice water and sat down for an hour. But it was the humidity outside was atrocious at around 10 o'clock this morning. And then all of a sudden it went from really, really sunny and humid to cloudy over and humid. So how was your weather there for your 4th of July? Was it nice? No rain, everything okay? And Cliff, you had mentioned that you had to dig ditches because you got so much rain in order to divert
I
the
had
water.
4 days. It would just not straight all day long, but like in the evening around 3 or 4 o'clock, it would just start raining. And because of the work that I'm doing in the yard for preparation for a 8-inch thick or probably 10-inch thick concrete pad, that dirt is moved in weird locations and boundaries. And yeah, I've got areas in my yard that flooded that had about 3 inches of standing water. So I was having to dig trenches to alleviate the puddles. Because one of the puddles is right by the front door on that side of my house, on that side, facing south, and that's where my mom parks.
It
And I told
isn't
her she
also
wanted to.
your thing, isn't it a lot of clay based?
Clay, sand, gravel, and rock.
in other words, brick based.
So, in other words, I'm like one step away from concrete ground. That stuff gets hard enough, shit won't go through it. It won't even.
Like Adobe.
Water will just sit there for 3 or 4 days. So I was having to dig relief trenches so it would pile up in another area where I've got more or less where the whole front end of the house is basically sand mixed
But you
with
can't build a pond.
Well, you could see that the front of the house where you do all your gardening, you could tell it's basically all sand. And then every once in a while, you see a little twister on the ground going when your wind starts kicking in a bit.
oh, it's sand, gravel, rocks. There's a little bit of clay here and there mixed in spots, dirt, but yeah, it's yeah no it really sucks because we got so much water it actually started removing the dirt from my driveway and pouring it out into the street.
Oh, wow. Erosion. Bad.
Yeah, it was so much water I had over here.
Well, I'm sorry I sent you too much water, but you were complaining that you weren't getting any. So I said, let my water go down to Cliffy because basically
Yeah, well,
I've
we
had
we
enough
got
of
it.
it.
We just weren't our ground is not prepared for oversaturation. A slow, easy rain is nice, but when it comes down by the gallon, it's a little harder for our ground to absorb it quick enough.
It's like
We
that.
got, we
That
got
city.
so much rain down here in some of the cities had flash floods and wiped out half the towns.
So like that one town here in Iowa that got flooded.
Uh, we had Rio Doso was one of them, and it just got over being on fire, and the next goddamn week flooded out the entire town.
So that means the
With
fire got
a
put out.
river running down the main road and just eroding all of the banks and streets. It was so much that it was actually moving vehicles. They were floating down the river.
Oh wow.
Colin, what do you mean you're home for the duration? Your
Okay.
time at this place finished?
No,
They
he's
were
not,
only allowed
not
me
leaving the
3
house
months.
today.
They allowed me only 3 months being there. But I'm still on workman's comp. I'm still not going back to my regular job because they don't have anything for me. So I'm stuck home.
Oh. Job displacement.
I mean, as soon as my knee gets fixed, I'm right back to work. But I have to get my knee fixed first.
And how's your weight loss thing going? Because you said you had to lose a certain amount of weight before you could do
Still
the knee
needs
surgery.
25, I believe, as according to yesterday.
Yeah, 25 pounds more. Here's the thing. I started off initially at 317 pounds. I am I'm bouncing between 290 and 295, which is not about normal for someone who reaches the plateau. That happens. I've got an appointment on the 18th with the doc, and they're supposed to try to see about if they're going to try to give me some shots that'll help me reduce the weight even further to get me done before I get the surgery done faster. So right now, that's where I'm at. But that's not until the 18th of this month. So I am right here where I'm at. Now, I may go back to the DAV once I'm on recovery to keep me going and stuff. But right now, this is where I'm at.
Okay, because the new place that you were at, you got a lot of great deals. So, are you going to be taking trips over there just to check out what's happening?
I will probably be doing that, but not until after my knee's fixed, because there's really not much I can really do because I can't. Because Jenny and I can't afford for me just to go into town and just drive around because there's no money there. Because even though I'm getting paid for being off work, it's not the same thing.
Hopefully, this means you won't have any money to drive around for yard sales too.
Well,
Waste more gas.
Well, around
you
here
can't afford.
is different than running around in Des Moines.
Walking around there.
I
for
can't
yard
get to where I can't walk that far. So my knee won't let me get past a block before I have to stop.
Well, then I guess he's only walking a block and going back home.
Well, why don't you use that that thing that Jenny was using for her leg?
Because it's my knee that's damaged. I can't put weight on it. That's a knee
Those
scooter.
are ankle scooters. They're essentially designed for ankle braces. So you have to put your knee on it as a technically a third leg, but not quite a third leg.
So the weight when you're using those, you're putting all your weight on your knee, and my bad knee is one thing I can't put weight on. So I can't use it. So I've got a cane, but I can only walk so far with it. And they didn't really, say I should use one. I'm just using one because it helps me walk. Makes it easier. But right now, I am doing some things around the house, small things, but it's all I can do.
Well, you know what? If you're home, why don't you experiment with a garden?
Can't.
Why?
Don't have one.
Have you? Okay. You know when you buy canned goods, you can use the cans to start your plants.
No,
okay?
I mean, I can't grow anything inside due to the cats. They eat.
No, it's hot outside where you can use containers, buckets, 5-gallon buckets, or any other bucket that you get supplies with, or when you do your curb finds, keep an eye out for any type of container that could hold soil.
I really am not in the condition to work in any type of garden in any way, shape, or form. My interests, while I like gardening, I don't love doing it, so I try to avoid it.
Well, no, it's because you ask Cliff for the seasoning mix, and I was just thinking, you know what? Why don't you try making it yourself? See,
I like the
that
what
way
because
you'll
I
never
mean I
run
like
out.
trying other people's stuff, and that's my only reasoning.
That's a lot of mixed. Honestly, when I make that stuff, that's like 7, 8 different plants, and it takes a lot of effort to get them plants to grow.
And he's a lot better at it than I will ever be.
I planted in order for so I've got another rosemary that is finally actually not dying. I tried to transplant or I guess root start 12. So I tried 12 of them in a pot. One survived.
Transplant
So
chart,
I have a little
unfortunately.
rosemary. It's about 2 inches tall. I'm waiting until it gets a little bigger so I can transplant it to its own pot so I can get another rosemary bush.
No, well, I heard that a lot of herbs, unfortunately, don't like to be transplanted because of transplant shock. They like to be planted straight into the ground.
And it's no, I've transplanted the rosemary bush I have right now. I've put that thing in 3 different containers. I've transplanted it 3 different times. And every time I transplant it, I had to go to a bigger container because the dang bush keeps getting bigger.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, I haven't been able to go out. It's been just way too muggy. Like I said, I went out today and I was starting to get dizzy and I was just going to hit the ground. Um, but no, I went outside and like I said, she loves mint, so the mint was about 2 feet high, so I cut off quite a bit of it. So, and which is great because the more you cut, the more it grows. So, the only thing is we've been getting a lot of rain, but because it's under the cherry tree blocks a lot of the rain. Like
I
I'm
know.
getting a lot of rain, but in certain areas where the foliage of the cherry tree overrides um, or hides it, it doesn't get it. So, like the raspberry bush needed watering, the mint needed watering because they're not in a location that rain will actually fall on it or any good amount of rain.
Okay. Well, like I said, I'm not much of a gardener, any way, shape, or form. And right now, I can barely move around as it is. Trying to work in any kind of gardening situation, not optimal.
Well, like I said,
This is my gardening situation. Look at it. Look at that. White as heck on the
I would
top,
I got the same
brown as
thing.
hell on the bottom.
Yeah, I got the same thing.
I look like a burnt piece of toast.
At least you're not crispy like you were that one day.
Colin, yours is a driver's tan.
Then why do I have it on both sides?
Well, one side is a little darker than the other. I call that more of a driver's tan than a gardening tan.
No, mine's
But
just I go outside. I don't wear a jacket. I just, I get dark no matter what.
I don't wear a jacket. I don't wear this. I'll usually go out there with the short sleeve shirt and whatever I get for sun is what I get for. But the thing is, it's always the same side. Always gets darker because it just happens to be the way I face where the sun is at. I don't know why, but
It's
just
like we did that one time when we were fishing at this one lake over in Osceola, and Ian got burnt on one arm, bright red. I didn't get burnt at all. He was just toastly red.
yeah, it's literally just the angle you sit at.
Right. But I'm going to try to get back to something I was mentioning earlier. The backpack I showed you earlier, Cliff, is the one I'm giving to Jenny.
Okay, that big
I
gray
got
one.
it originally from Bass Pro because I got an upgrade. I found a better one for me. And this thing is still getting good reviews, considering I bought this thing about 4 years ago.
Nice.
And I take care of my gear, so it lasts a little while. But to answer somebody else's question about a lot of the stuff I found at the thrift shop, I'm probably going to end up giving away or selling, most likely, because I don't have a use for some of it. Because a lot of repeats, different materials, same stuff, but I have no use for that many. I just happen to get a good deal on it.
You need 3. You need for Ian, for Jenny, and for yourself.
Oh, I already got mine, and I'm getting. Jenny's already got hers. Ian said he doesn't want any.
Ian can go find his own stuff.
Ian is now an adult. He's responsible for himself.
Yeah, but as a parent, that feeling never really goes away that you need to get stuff for the kids.
Cecilia, his words, not mine.
But then you know what he'll do.
Oh,
as he's done before, is he'll go into daddy's stuff and take it, and daddy won't see it.
Well, right now he's got his own. He's dealing with his own stuff his own way, and that's fine. So, I've got about 8 to 10 tarps that I'm going to be selling. Probably be easier that way. Not for the full price, definitely not that, and definitely probably a little bit more than what I paid for it, but it'd get me a good return.
Speaking of tarps, because I knew somehow this topic would end up coming up, plus also you've asked me before, and I was talking about it, that I have an old tarp from SOL. They don't even make it anymore. I found it.
You did? Can I see?
Hey,
Rob, how you doing?
Hey, Rob, how's it going? So it is actually in a emergency kit that I made. This was the original kit. It was an Ozark Trail.
I remember that one.
Yeah, it came with the pack straps, bungee cords, some cordage, carabiners, and these weird little Velcro closure things.
What's that? What's the metal pieces?
Velcro closures.
What are the metal pieces?
The what?
Is that straps or metal pieces?
Oh no, they were cheap, like non-ratchet straps, but tension straps. You just kind of pull them tight and then they like lock themselves together. I don't know where
like the ones I put together for myself.
Yeah, I've got no idea where those things went, but
I've got a couple here that I made myself. But I've got, after I pick out the one I want, I've already got. Ian's already claimed he's buying one of the other hammock from me, the Cogs hammock. So
yeah, the only thing that's actually stayed in this box that was actually the original contents was the cordage.
Is it
the only thing that stayed in here?
Is it any good though? Is it good cordage?
Huh?
Is it good cordage?
It's utility cord.
Okay, it's not real paracord then.
No, it's just utility cord. Pretty decent utility cord, but yeah, here's the tarp thingy that they no longer make.
Is that the one? It's actually like a blanket rather than a actual sheet.
Yeah, this one's like tarp material. This is thick, and just to prove that this is actually an SOL.
Yeah, I probably end up going to because I need to make some room. After I review them, then I could probably make some room for some of the stuff if anybody's interested.
There's the proof, ladies and gentlemen. That is one old SOL survival blanket. And look, you can even see, look, it's got 4 riveted corners like this, reinforced with a little tiny rivet.
That's before they started doing the binding on the edges, right? The newer ones are binded, sort of. They got the serving, whatever it is, around the edges now for the newest stuff.
Yeah, no, this one is it is just a rough cut. So you got the bright orange on one side and obviously the reflective on the other side. And
I only have one tint, Rob, and I'm keeping that one. And that is the Big Agnes Copper Spur 2. That one I am keeping. I do have quite a few tarps that could be turned into tints. I will let you know which ones I'll be letting go. And you guys just give me a good offer, then I will go for that route.
And now we're going to try to get everything back in here.
I've been looking at Temu for tents. I'm waiting for one particular tent to go on sale. Mind you, a lot of their stuff already is cheap enough as it is, but I'm waiting for it when it goes on sale, so it'll be a better deal.
Yeah, I've
Because
got a whole bag of
I
stuff.
don't need one, but I want one.
Ow, 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 ow. My
And
knee
it's a
came out.
4-man blow up
Ow.
with the white canvas, but it's called a blowout. So you need a pump to blow it up.
This is one of the ones I'm going to be getting rid of is right here. The Terra Nova Competition 2. No, TARP 2. The 2 is just part is the style, not the actual name. Because I've got my French Army Commando tent still, which I was using for a while. But now that I got this big Agnes blows that one away. Big size-wise, lighter, breathes better, the whole 9 yards. I also have I actually got to try out the Q-Core sleeping pad, Cliff. That thing is so freaking comfortable. It's ridiculous.
By the way,
go ahead.
Colin, what's Ian doing for work? Because I know he bought the truck off of you and he's buying his own stuff. So what is the young gentleman doing for work?
Not much yet because he hasn't graduated high school yet. He doesn't have his driver's license, so he can't just go anywhere. He's working part-time at the bus barn in Marshalltown cleaning buses.
Hey, it's a good job.
It's not, he doesn't pay much, but.
Well, at least he's taking the initiative and he's working because unfortunately, there are too many young people nowadays that prefer not to work. So I'm kind of proud on your behalf that he's working, even though it's only part-time, but he's taking the initiative and he's gone out and gotten a job.
Well, his mom works as a bus driver for the bus barn. That's how he got it.
Hey, if you've got connections, use them.
Right.
Cliffy, you're not drinking your usual. It's because I stopped drinking on Colan's lives.
I don't care if you do.
I stopped doing that months ago.
Well, thank you, but you don't have to.
Actually, to be honest, I stopped doing that almost a year ago. Because I stopped drinking on Colan's lives a little bit before we went on the meetup. I haven't done that since.
Oh, by the way, I did a bit of taping. Like I said, Mother Nature decided to gift me with a lot of wild lettuce. And my whole front yard is full of wild lettuce. And then a corner has the tiger lilies. Unfortunately, the tiger lilies are overrunning where the fire hydrant is. So I've made a little short. I just got loaded up here so that you guys can see my medicinal herb, so to speak. And by the way, the liquor store here is planning to go on strike, which is going to be a pain if that happens because in order to make what I need to get some vodka. They say you can make it with apple cider vinegar, but it's better to make it with vodka. So,
well, then I suggest you go and get some before they go on strike.
Well, right now it's not in the budget. Unfortunately, I did some credit card purchases, which I shouldn't have done. And then my property taxes, the last 3 payments came out, and it went from 750 to 850, so almost $100. And then my house insurance came up, and that's $1,600. So I got hit like majorly on this credit card bill. everything came in all at once. So yeah, I had to go into my line of credit and make the payments off of it, which is a killer. I don't know. Do you guys have line of credit down there?
I
Yeah.
don't.
Well, I personally don't, but you can get one down here.
Colin, do you know what a line of credit is?
I do, but I don't have them because I don't believe in credit cards.
No, it's not a credit card.
No, because
Line of credit.
as soon as you run credit like that, it leads you into thinking things are going to be, oh, I can pay it back later and all that crap. No. I had a bad
No, it's
experience with something like that in the past. So I avoid things like that altogether.
no, it's because you said you're constantly trying to get up your credit limit or credit value up.
Credit
And the
score.
one yeah, credit score. And one way of doing it is by getting a line of credit. You can make it as little as you want, you know, or as high as you can get it. And if you do only $100 or $200, something that you could pay off, but it'll build up your
I
score.
understand that they do have rent to own places that do that kind of thing, but the thing is, I still don't feel at this point in time with me being injured, not working regularly, not something I want to do
No,
because I'm in the wrong financial means right now. So I'm not going to worry about it.
no, no. It's see, most of my life I've been a single parent. Um, so I always had to do protection that if something happened where um, my paycheck might have gone in a day later than what my mortgage would have come out because I was paying every 2 weeks. Um, the line of credit allowed me if um, if it was a day late for my check going in and my mortgage coming out, I would pay a $5 fee plus interest until that money was paid. So I would pay, a dollar or two between, you know, the mortgage coming out and my paycheck going in. And
Thank you.
it's better than having an NSF.
No,
So
I understand, but I mean, right now I'm not in any position to do anything about it right now. But I'll work on it once I'm in more stable.
like I said, I was a single parent for most of my adult life. Um, so I was married, um, divorced, and then I was about to get married again, and then my husband passed away. We were living together, but I always uh, was at the point where if something should happen, I had something to fall back on. Um, so I always protected that I would not have NSF checks because unfortunately that wrecks your credit. So it's always something that I did. Again, you have to watch it. Start small. You can have line of a credit from a couple $100 to hundreds of thousands of dollars. Um, and it was one of the girls in the office who had mentioned it to me because she was using her line of credit to buy a car. So rather than getting the conventional um, car
I
loan,
I get it, Cecilia.
okay.
I get it, but right now I want it's I'm kind of, my eyes are glazing over, and I don't like to say that that I want to be rude. I apologize. It just
No, you let me know if I go off topic or if I go a little too far. It's your channel. It's what you want. I'll make a comment. But if it's something you
keep
don't
it to
want to
the
hear,
simple to the point, and one comment's perfectly fine. Thank you. I really appreciate the idea and the advice. I really do.
well, no, it's because I'm concerned because you had mentioned it before. Plus, you're also thinking of buying property, and
That's
that
down the
will.
line. We don't have anything set in stone right yet.
But the thing
This is an
is
idea.
this is stuff that you have to work on first, so that you have it in place. So when the opportunity comes,
Oh,
that you
oh,
can get
we
your
get it.
place.
There's some things that we have in the works that I'd rather not discuss right now that we're trying to get pushed through first in order to help us do that. So once
So
that
how's
is
your landlord at this place? Because I know the last landlord was a bit much. He wouldn't allow. She wouldn't allow you to do certain things. Wanted the grass cut at a certain date, certain height, and everything else. How are you finding this place?
Oh, this place is awesome. They actually, they would worked with people who are doing work with the VA home loans before. So and he's a former veteran himself. He's a veteran himself. So yeah. So these guys are really amazing people. So we don't have any issues with these guys.
So, like, if you wanted to set up a garden, then you
all we have to do is tell him we're going to put up a garden. He goes, "Hey, send me some vegetables when they come up."
Okay.
That's the kind of person. But we got some things we got to do with the house. We got to do some painting, and so right now the outdoor stuff is a little lacking due to the fact that I can't physically do it. I can't even push a mower right now.
Yeah, you said last time Jenny was pushing it out.
Yep, and she's not in very good shape either. Ian does it when he can, but he can't be down all the time. So we're working on that as we go. Right now, I want to get back to the previous topics because it's a little bit, to me, it's a little bit more interesting. I apologize. I don't mean to be rude, but Cliff. Besides, how much work did you get done today before you got too hot?
Like I said, I was in and out. I do a little bit here, a little bit there, work outside for an hour and a half, come back inside, cool off, 20, 30 minutes, and go back outside and do some more work.
Okay, are you drinking straight water? Are you doing a Gatorade mix or your drink mix? What are you doing?
So far, according to the top water level of this, I've had about 8 ounces of water.
That's not enough.
I had a liter of tea this morning. I had like a liter and a half of tea this morning for breakfast.
Tea's a diuretic. You don't really want to do that.
Well, he's been drinking that orange
water.
stuff.
What?
You were drinking that orange stuff.
Yeah. It was the orange version of this.
Hawaiian punch?
It was the grape, but I was drinking the fruit punch.
Well, it's sugar-free, though.
Water, it's just flavored water.
Is that sugar? Is that sugar-free stuff?
No, actually, that sugar-free stuff tastes like crap.
I've done the sugar-free stuff, but just it doesn't work.
These were the last of the original stuff like that I could find. It wasn't garbage. I cannot stand that sugar-free stuff. Has no taste.
I get the sugar-free stuff for the electrolyte deals from Walmart, the Great Value stuff, but that's only when I'm backpacking. Though they say I should have sugared drinks to help keep my energy levels up, not just the electrolytes, but that stuff only comes sugar-free, unfortunately. Especially when you're doing miles upon miles. But that's not going to be an issue right now with my knee being what it is. But I do plan on getting back on the trail as soon as I'm fixed.
Yeah, no, so, like I said, I'm used to it down here, so I know when I get to the point of getting close to dehydration. So that's the reason why I take breaks here and there, because I'm not going to be sitting out there sweating my brains out all day long.
You get headaches?
No.
Okay, you have adapted to your area.
Oh, yeah, no, that I keep telling you guys, that the heat does not bother me down here. I could be out in that stuff for hours and not be drained.
I understand. I was going to show you about another tarp that I'm planning on. I typed it in the chat. This is the other one I'm going to be getting.
Tigress or the war bonnet?
Yep. These are the ones I've already done reviews on. I've set them up before. And they're really decent, but they got some really weird cordage.
Dyneema cordage. Or it's am steel.
It's this stuff here.
Yeah, it's am steel.
It's supposed to be pretty strong, and it has these weird little. See, does this one have it? Yeah,
that one probably has like a 1,400-pound weight limit or something like that.
It's got this.
Yeah, Dutch beaners.
This one here is called a loop alien.
Yeah, Dutch beaners.
I have no idea how they use it.
Me neither, Amanda.
Hi, darling.
But the thing is, one of the ones that I have that came with Ian's. Ian claimed the Cogs hammock.
Yeah, of course he did.
No, when I say claimed, he's actually paying me for it. He's offered me $20 for it, which is more than I paid for it, and I'm okay with that. But right here, this one here is a war bonnet cloudburst, straight up tarp. Would be great for anybody who's doing any bushcraft, outdoor activities, that kind of thing. Normally $135. You're not going to have to pay that much if anybody's interested.
It's 7:30 at night, and these morons are already launching off fireworks, and you can't even see them because it's freaking daylight.
Oh, they're doing the big mortar ones here.
Oh, they did last night. One of my neighbor behind me, him and his son and his grandkids, they let some off. Scared the shit out of me because I was like, that's a little too close. And then I went outside, and second one went off, and I was like, all right, now I know where it's coming from. Well, after that, I just stopped caring.
Okay, this one here is was mislabeled. This was not a hammock.
Might have been originally.
No, I had this one set up, and it does not have anything to do with hammocks. It's got that same stuff set up. It's got the loop alien deal. Still by War Bonnet. But the material is this.
Yeah, Cuban fiber.
Yeah. Stuff is seriously stiff. And it's got the really big loops like that. So I don't know what to do with any of these because there's the one that I want is the Z-Packs one. And I've got my I have two backpacking tents, and one is the one I modified, and there's the one I want to use. Since I've set up the Big Agnes tent, the Copper Spur is my favorite so far. It's easy to set up, it's a lot lighter, and I don't have to use my hiking poles anymore. No, thanks for coming up, Cecilia. Now, what would you do with something like this, Cliff?
Probably stick it in a bag and forget that I have it after 2 years. I've got tarps everywhere. Like I probably own like 8 or 10 tarps. I just never use them.
Well, I'm on the War Bonnet site, and I'm just looking at some of the stuff they have here, and I don't know half the tarps they have on here.
It's because War Bonnet makes a tarp every about 3-4 months. They make two new tarps.
They got the names they come up with is just really weird too. They've got one. It's called the Tsunami, the Superfly, the Mountain Fly, the Thunderfly, the Mini Fly, the Cloudburst, the Mama Jamba, and the GT ground tarp, and the tarp door kit. And this is a different one altogether. It weighs next to nothing, though. That's the thing.
But they don't have the Superfly XL on there?
Well, I didn't check to see let me check the Superfly, and let me see if it says...
They should have the Superfly and then the Superfly XL on there. That's their larger tarp.
The 13-footer.
Yeah, that's their larger tarp.
Yeah, they have them in two different sizes. I do have a Superfly one, but I think it's... give me a second. I got to figure out where I may have put that particular one. I thought I had it in the bag. Might still do. A while back when I picked up all that military gear, I ended up with an extra flight bag. Let's see here. Nope, that's my pillow. By the way, this pillow is amazing. The Climate Luxe pillow. That thing is freaking awesome. This one here is... Here it is. I got the Superfly Center Mod. I don't know what that is exactly because this is one of the ones I have not set up yet.
Center Mod.
It does come with a sleeve. It's got that cordage that you were talking about. And it does have a loop alien deal, which I still have not figured out how to use. But I haven't set this up. It comes in a sleeve, as you can see.
Yeah, the whole thing is in the sleeve. You just slide it to one side.
And it's tarp colored, as you can see. Like I said, this is one of the ones I have not set up yet. So I have no idea what this one's like. I don't know if it's the 11-footer or the 13-footer. I'm assuming this is the same one from there, because this is really slick. I mean, it's slippery. But that's one of the ones I have to set up. I might try setting it up this weekend. I don't know. I've been using the trees in the front to set things up because it's the right distance apart. But that's about it. Because it does work, though. Just not sure what to do with. I'm going to pick one that I like and go from there. So this one here is the. Let me get that to work here. The Superfly mod. Superfly Center mod. I figured I'd keep one of the good ones and just get rid of the rest. What do you think?
That is one, according to this, I guess that one's designed for a tent pole in the middle to raise it up, so you got kind of like a pitched tent sort
so
of.
It's a tent-like one.
Yeah, tent-like, but still a tarp.
Could you use your hiking pole?
If your trekking pole extends higher than 6 feet, yeah.
Well, there's one way to find out. Let me find my hiking pole and we'll find out. I brought them in the other day. Oh, there they are. I see them. Give me a moment.
Yeah, I don't know what mine extend to. I think mine go to about 6'5", maybe.
These are the ones I got from Dan.
I've only ever fully extended these things like once.
Well, these are the ones I got from Dan. These are the Cascade Mountain Techs.
Whoop, shit, pulled that out. That was too much.
So, Dan, thank you again for these. These are actually kind of cool looking, Cliff. Check these out.
What are they made out of?
I'm not sure. I'd have to look them up. But I'm gonna find out how big they get because they got.
Yeah, mine max out at 54 inches. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna measure that real quick. I don't trust it.
Well, mine say 54 inches too. I bet still that putting a tarp up that high should be pretty good, though. You shouldn't need more than 54 inches anyway, right?
53 and a half is what it says it is. I just measured.
Well, I've got mine set at 54. Yeah, they got that one's got.
Yeah, so yours is 53 and a half as well.
If I can find it. Yeah, mine says 54 right there. You see,
Yeah,
right
so
there.
53 and a half.
And this one here says 54 too. But a tarp should not necessarily need to be 54 inches tall.
No, I mean, even if you're sitting under that, even at 54 inches, if you have that thing, if you're sitting in a standard camp chair, yeah, that's like that's like standing under an awning.
Yeah, that's plenty.
Yeah, 53 and a half inches is pretty tall.
Even for a tent, that's pretty tall. For a backpack tent. Yeah, so this is a pretty decent trekking pole. I mean, better than the ones I got from Walmart, definitely.
I never did. What was yours made out of?
Let me have to look them up because I got these from Dan.
Should tell you right on the side of the trekking pole.
It just tells me they were made in China. I got a material number, and they were made for Cascade Mountain Tech. So give me a second here.
These things weigh like nothing. Literally weigh nothing. I think they weigh like maybe 8 ounces. Maybe. I'd have to get a scale out here and weigh it.
They're from Amazon. They're aluminum, aircraft grade aluminum,
Yeah, so fairly light at least.
and they got all the different feet and stuff like that to go with them. The boot.
Yeah, I actually lost all of my. I don't know where all my feet went. I have them in the bag. I literally stuck them in the bag that these things came out of, and I have no idea where the bag went.
Well, this one here comes with. It's got these.
Yep, snow caps. I got those are on mine. I just keep them on there. I don't take them off.
I got the boots.
Yeah, I've got a pair of those somewhere.
And I got these.
Yeah, those are the snow skirts.
Yeah, I got all three plus the original ones that come with it.
Yeah, you should get the standard rubber nub. Yep.
And then when you take them off, you got the metal tip ones.
The carbon one for actual climbing up rocks.
Right. So I got 4 different tips, 5 if you want to count the metal one. But that's actually not bad. They're really good condition. They really are a lot more. They don't flex as like the other ones used to.
Well, it's because you have them extended the wrong way. You have them set wrong.
No. I mean, when I had them set for myself, because you got to have them where your elbows parallel to the ground to make them fit properly. My old ones, when I had them set to the right height, they wobbled a little bit. But getting them down to my height would be about right there. Then I just lock it in, and that's my height right there.
I think I figured out mine was set to like 36. Was where I like to have mine.
Is set for.
But I've also got a really weird handle, which surprisingly is actually very comfortable. But I also got the dual handle.
Well, mine's like this. Look at this.
Yeah, you've got the contour and see, I've got the contour handle of mine's cork, almost like condom.
Mine's
I've got the impact foam rubber down on the bottom.
Mine's got the whole thing in the impact foam rubber, but it's contoured on the top.
Yeah, you've got that same head style that I have on mine.
I like the strap that comes in. You can just strap your hand in.
Yeah, don't use your straps like that.
Well, I know it says to come up from underneath like this.
No, don't use your strap like that. Because if you eat shit, you can't let go of the strap, and if the thing gets stuck on something, you're gonna break your arm.
Well, the thing is, that's why I did it the other way first. There's 2 different ways.
Don't do them that way. Don't stick your wrist through the strap.
Then what's the whole point of the straps then?
It's support. You just stick your hand through it and hold it like this.
That's the way I had it the first time.
No, you have your wrist all the way through. If you have your wrist all the way through and you're holding it, and it's all the way wrapped around, if you biff, you can't get your hand out of that fast enough. And if that gets lodged somewhere, you're going to take a tumble and you're going to hurt yourself seriously.
Well, like I said, I just did this the first time. See?
Now, you can do... Mine's adjustable, so I can adjust mine. But, yeah, I usually just have mine sitting right here on the palm, and then I just grip it there. It's not even loose, so if I drop it, I can just let go.
But the thing is, this one should work great for that center mod one. So I'll give it a shot this weekend, see how that works. And like I said, this being as tall as it goes, 54 inches. I mean, I'm 58 inches tall, and it doesn't need to be where I could stand up in it, but it does need to be where it can be a little bit elevated off the ground and support anything underneath it. Somewhere amongst all my gear, I do have a rain. Give me a second. A ground tarp what do they call it? Ground sheet, the 2-person ground sheet from Big Agnes. I misplaced it. I don't remember where it got put, but I will find it, and I'll put it in my gear and keep it with me, because having an extra ground sheet will not be a bad thing. A footprint. It's a 2-person footprint. My tent doesn't need one. It already has one. So I got an extra footprint. But that between one of those footprints and one of the tarps, that's a bushcraft setup if I ever heard one. So I may keep one for bushcraft and one for my backpacking gear. I'm not sure. What do you think, Cliff?
That's up to you on that one.
No, I mean, if you have more than one setup available to you, do you keep one for each, or do you use one for both?
Again, depends on what your usage is going to be for.
Well, I said one's for bushcraft, one's for backpacking, one's for a bug out bag or get a home bag. I mean, I still have the French Army Commando tent, which I converted it to a trekking pole tent. It's a really good tent. It sets up really quickly. I need to change out the stakes to make them a little lighter. To the the aluminum ones, the triangular aluminum ones. You can get them from Walmart. I'm going to get them in black to go with that one. I've already extended everything out as much as I can to make it lighter. And it has a lot of headroom into it already, and it does breathe well. It just needs waterproof once a year to make it work proper. No, but other than that, I mean, if anybody's seen me put up on when I was doing some stuff with with Tyler, I had mine set up way before him, because mine just 2 poles and that's it. But now that I've got the new trekking poles that I got from Dan, I want to try adjusting those a little bit better. So I need to figure out what's the best height for me that works when I'm using these. This way they're not wobbly or anything like that. So what's your trekking poles called?
Mine are Fox Ellie.
Those are the high-end ones, aren't they?
Not really. I only paid like $60 for them.
Foxelli?
Yeah, Fox Ellie.
Huh.
The Hogs 7s?
Well, mine are the Cascade ones. Yours are about $57. Yours are carbon fiber, though, right?
Yep, 100% carbon fiber. That's why these things are so light. Like both of them, I don't think both of them weigh more than 3 pounds.
I don't think mine are the same. Mine are just a little heavier than yours, but not by much. But they're sturdy because they're aircraft aluminum.
Oh, yeah, these ones are sturdy too. This the same style of manufacturing they made for these is the same way they make a fishing pole.
Yeah. Let me see if they have a...
So these things are super durable.
Single pole weight with no rubber tips, 10 ounces each. So I take out the rubber stopper thing, it's 10 ounces. So probably about 12 ounces, maybe 13 each.
Take out the rubber stopper and the skirt on the dirt skirt, probably even less.
Well, this one here doesn't even have it, the dirt skirt on it, just the rubber stopper right now. And that we're just taking that off.
Yours doesn't have the attached the foot on there?
It's got. I can take it off.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can see the thread on the end for it.
Yeah, it's right. It's for right there. I don't have it on at the moment because I don't need it. It's only on if I need it. When I backpack, I usually just go with this or the footing one.
Yeah, see, there's my threading right there. right at the edge. I
Right.
don't know. Let me grab the waiter and see what this thing weighs.
I don't have a small scale to weigh mine, but I've got the different foots and feet and everything. So I've got this one here. This one's actually pretty heavy. It looks like a boot.
I should actually reiterate that I technically didn't find the tarp. I knew where it was. I was just too lazy to get it out of the container.
Okay. No, well, like I said, I've got, these right here are the heaviest ones of all the ones I've got.
Yeah, those are like for asphalt, like walking on asphalt. If you're doing like brick trails.
This is the one I would normally keep like for mud guards or whatever for mud.
Yeah, that's your standard skirt. I don't know why yours doesn't have a hole in it though.
It does.
Does it? I didn't see it on the side. No.
Oh no. Mine has I had a thing on it that I attached them to, but I misplaced it. That used to just attached here and here. I misplaced.
Oh, you mean one of these little doohickeys?
Yeah, I misplaced mine.
Mine only came with one, which is really weird.
Well, it's either one or two. It doesn't matter. I misplaced it. So.
All right, so let's see what this thing weighs.
Mine's fairly heavy.
I have to dangle it off the side because I can't put the 7.8 ounces, and that is without the feet and the skirt. With the foot and the skirt, we're looking at 8.5.
That's not bad. So about a pound for both.
Just a little over a pound for both of these, with both the heavy rubber foot and the standard skirt.
So are you talking about this foot or the other one?
The round foot.
Oh, the round foot, which I already have. Okay.
Standard foot.
The standard foot. Okay, this is you said this is the concrete foot.
Yeah, that's for walking around when you're doing a lot of concrete.
I call this one the boot because it looks like a boot.
It does. Oh, well, that one's also got a wider bottom, so it gives people more traction for trails. Yeah,
It's got traction.
yeah, it's a trail boot, really, essentially.
Yeah. But this one here does have the run on this one here, Cliff.
Yeah, that's weird that your snow skirt has that, but not the normal one.
Right.
Because my snow skirt has the same hole in it. I just don't know where the bag is at. But you know what that hole is for,
right here, and I don't think that little adapter thing's in here.
You know why that hole's there?
Not sure. But
that is for your cordage.
Cordage?
Yes. I'll show you here in just a second. Let me twist my thing back on.
Now, are you trying to talk about making a bushcraft or outdoor survival trekking pole? That would be kind of cool.
You could. So when you have your standard foot, the standard little round walker foot,
right?
You have that on the top of your skid. This is the part you normally stick at the top of the tent. This is the bottom. This goes on the ground. Okay. When you have your line through there, I'm just doing it this way. Your line is going to go through that hole, and that is what is going to, because if you don't have that, what it does is it puts too much pressure on the outside of your and it'll break your skirt. So they cut the holes in there. So when you have that at an angle, your rope has somewhere to go.
Okay.
Because without the skirt, it makes it really hard to attach the rope to the top of this because it's sort of smooth, and it doesn't have anything to stop the rope from sliding down.
Well, mine's got the little lip right here.
That is not going to stop your cordage from slipping.
Oh, I understand that, but the thing is, when I generally use these are not where the ropes go anyway. These are just freestanding.
Yeah,
they're not. There's no ropes attached to these. When I use them with my French Army Commando one, they don't get attached to that. They get attached to the tent itself because it has the tie-out points for that point, and they also have little sleeves where these go anyway. like
Yeah.
the old original
For
poles.
some of those, for some of the trekking pole tents, yeah, that they're designed for that. But
I
for
have one of the
standard
poles left over from
that doesn't
this.
have one of those.
Give me a second here. I just dropped.
That's why they have that little indent off the side, so it doesn't, so you don't break your skirt off.
I found it.
Yeah, hey, what do you know?
It fell to the floor when I opened it up. I was wondering where it was at, and I found it. It's just got the one, and it goes on the lower limbs, obviously.
It actually attaches to the fat side.
No, mine actually fits to the lower end because
I think
mine are thicker at the top, way thicker.
Yeah, that's mine are. I think these are like a half inch. Well, mine will snap to the top. They won't snap to the bottom pole.
So I have to extend mine out just a little bit, just where I can get it on that bottom portion of the pole here. That way it doesn't, fall apart. I get this thing to work here.
Yeah,
So
I
that
can't
way
know.
it attaches like this.
For the top pole because I just checked the middle one and it's too thin.
Yeah, mine allows me to attach it right here.
Weird.
It is, because it's thinner right there than it is at the top, as you can see. That's really skinny. That's not. But I'm going to get all these things back together and back in here. I've been stashing these in my truck, but since I've been off work because of the workman's comp, Jenny's been driving, and I'd rather have my gear with me than with her. Though I am going to be making her get home bag, bug out bag with my old pack because it fits her really well, and it'll have everything she needs for it. But that's not. I think I did a pretty good job, and I do like what Dan did since he gave these to me. I think it was either last year or the year before last. I don't know if yours comes with a bag or not.
Yeah, mine did. I just don't know where the heck I put it.
Well, this is what my bag looks like right here. And it doesn't have
a tent pole bag with a
it's got a teeny little strap right here.
Yeah, drawstring.
No. This is the zipper.
Oh, weird. Yeah,
mine's a zipper all the way up and down.
But mine also came with a shoulder strap that zipped from the top to the bottom that was attached to it.
I didn't have a shoulder strap. There's nothing on the other end. It's all just one zipper.
Yeah, mine came with a shoulder strap, which is weird. I don't know who in their right mind is going to take their trekking pole bag with the shoulder straps and just walk around with that out in the woods without actually using their trekking poles. Because if you got it back and you're already out there, your other pole is strapped to your bag.
I got to use the restroom. I'll be right back.
Okay.
And I just found something else I forgot to put in the bag.
This is actually too short. Damn it. I've never actually tried with these ones. This cord's too thick. Should actually wrap that backwards. Well, ain't that something? So it's half-ass lock it in there. There we go. Yoink. Colin's doing that. Thank you, camera. I'm gonna put my scale back in the kitchen.
Yeah, I dropped one of the feet before apparently, one of the boots. So I got to put it back in the bag. Oh, he's not here. Cliff, you're going fuzzy.
Yeah, it went fuzzy on me for some reason. I don't know why. Now I'm trying
I
to
dropped
shove
one of the
it
boots.
into a sheet puffs container.
Yeah, I dropped one of the boots when I got up. I didn't realize I didn't have it in the bag. I do want to show you the old pole for the commando tent.
I don't have any cheese puffs. Crap, I need to go buy some.
Give me a second here.
Yeah, shit. Damn store's gonna close in an hour. Yeah, whatever. Trekking pole, can I get you in the laundry basket? Yes, I can.
Okay, Cliff. This is why I switched to the hiking poles over the original poles with the commando tent.
Yeah, because them were freaking snap together poles.
Spring loaded.
What the?
Now, well, they're the aluminum and they didn't overall weigh too much, but when you get them both together, they weigh a lot. Because these things are solid. But they snap together really, really well.
Yeah, I would honestly take those springs out and then just replace that with shot cord.
Well, the thing is, that's why I went with the trekking poles, because I'm going to be using them anyway. I didn't need to carry two things, and while I already had something that would work.
Now, those poles would actually probably work if you actually had the military tent halves, a.k.a. the two-sided tarp or teepee tarp that they made in the military way back in the day.
Well, the thing is, this is where they would go, here. And the only thing I got in here right now is the original stakes that came with it. And the stakes I need to replace because they're the hard plastic ones. And these things suck big time.
I don't mind the hard plastic stakes depending on which versions you get.
Well, I'll show you.
But then again, if that tent is as old as that tent is, those stakes are probably garbage. The ones, if you really want a set of cheap plastic stakes, go to the garden center at your local big box store, and they sell them in like an 8-pack for like dirt cheap.
I forgot. I already replaced the stakes for this one.
Yeah, I've got the I've got like yellow, kind of like ABS plastic ones.
Cliff?
Yeah, I got 13 or 14 of those somewhere in a bag.
Okay, I got
that
two.
I bought for my tent, and I have no idea where they went.
4.
They're actually not in I thought they were in my emergency box, but they're not in there. Now,
8.
I've got these big old suckers. These big old 8-inch or 10-inch ABS
10,
plastic
12,
stakes.
14. I got 16 stakes here. I don't need 16 stakes for the Big Agnes, but I didn't realize. I forgot I really did this. So I'm going to probably swap these over to my Big Agnes tent because they're lighter. And these are just the simple Coglins ones. I had totally forgot I had already bought these.
Yeah, like I said, I got like 13 or 14 of them. You know, I think of 13 of them because that's what my original tent takes.
These are the
they're the aluminum ones. They're either the 6 or the 8-inch ones.
These are the 8-inch ones because my hand is 4 inches across, or give or take. There's 1. There's 2.
Yeah.
But these are about 8 to 9-inch ones. But these are lighter than the steel ones that they came with.
Well,
like
yeah,
I said,
they were making carbon fiber aluminum alloy stakes when that thing was made. They were using steel ones. They were just using steel also to the steel.
Now, the ones that came with the Big Agnes one, it's in my bag, which I put.
Those are probably the titanium ones.
No, I don't think so. I think when I found these, the stakes, someone had taken all the parts out of the original bag they came in, and they sold them all separately. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. when I say this is the most expensive tent I actually had to pick up, I paid about $11 for everything. But because they were all sold separately. So because I had to buy the poles separate from the fly, separate from the tent. The only thing I didn't have to buy was the ground sheet, which was already in the bag already. Because this is the which one is this? Was it the tent or is this the fly? This one is this is the tent. This is the tent, which came separately from the poles. So I just went through and I bought everything back. Make sure they had them all. And here's, that's a mountain fly. Where is the freaking deal? Give me a second here. Dang, I must have dropped him. I don't see him anywhere. But I have him somewhere. They must have fell out of my bag. But I am going to be making these into my primary stakes, so I don't have to buy them. I'm just going to take them from my commando tent because they don't need them anymore. Not sure what to do with the commando tent, though. I'll have to wait and see.
Well, just do me a favor when you do decide to use your commando tent. Please keep in mind, wear some pants.
Why is that? Oh, yeah. What if I'm wearing a kilt?
No upskirt shots, thank you.
Oh, by the way, this thing here is very comfortable. And freaking taller than me by a long shot.
Oh, the sleeping bag or the sleeping pad?
This is the sleeping pad. And it's wide enough. It's 25 inches wide, like it says. And it's 78 inches long. I'm only 5'8", so 10 extra inches.
What the heck was my sleeping pad? I think that thing was 28 wide and 78 long. All right. Good night, Cecilia. Have a good one.
Hi, Cecilia. Well, like I said, I'll probably just swap these back into this bag here for now because I'll have them when I need them.
Yeah, this was the extra large. This one is 78 by 30.
Oh, you have the extra wide.
25 is not wide enough for me.
Not wide enough?
No.
I normally have to deal with the like the 20-inch ones that they used to have and stuff like that, the really skinny ones, which made no sense.
Oh, I used to fall off of those. The 23-inch, 23 inch is too narrow.
The 25 inches is just perfect for my shoulders because I either sleep on my back or my side, mostly on my side. So that doesn't, and it does come in about that thick, which is really nice.
The problem is with me is I have such a, it doesn't look it on screen. Y'all seen me in most of you see me in person. I have a wide build. I can't sleep. If I sleep on my back, I have to have my hands interlocked sitting on my chest. When I do, my elbows are off to the side. And if there's no support, they just slip off.
Right.
So it's really hard to find in sleeping because unless you sleep like a mummy.
The one thing that I did like that I did find out is that I actually found a cover that I had acquired that goes over my sleeping pad because the sleeping pad without it is very slick.
Oh, yes, they are.
This one here is a slip cover just for that keeps it from being slippery.
Also depends on the sleeping bag, too, because if you have a nylon outer shell on your sleeping bag, yeah, it's nylon on whatever they put on those ones can be extremely slick, but a lot of the newer sleeping pads, they're making them out of two different materials. So you've got a thicker denier on the bottom that's a little more rugged, and then your top sides usually got some sort of almost kind of like a little rubber speckle dotting all the way across it, so you have a little bit of stick or traction to it.
someone actually suggested putting in you know that shoving material you can get for your like cabinets and stuff.
Yes.
Like sheet, the door sheets things that that non-slip stuff.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
They said putting little dots of that all over your sleeping pad will allow you to do that without sliding off.
Yeah, but you have to glue them to your sleeping pad.
Somewhat, yeah.
Yeah, you're better off just taking like a roll of it, sticking it right in the middle, and just leaving it there because it's not going to move.
Well, the thing is, I'm actually considering trying something new this weekend or next weekend when I go out with camping with Ian. I'm gonna try sleeping with this.
It shouldn't be too hard to sleep in that, considering the weather.
It's not a sleeping bag.
It's a quilt.
It's a quilt. I have not tried a quilt yet. This is a new one for me. And it's really lightweight, but it's puffy. That's so it might have a little bit more warmth. But in conjunction with the cover for the sleeping pad and this and my pillow, I should be more than enough comfortable enough to sleep in this.
Oh yeah, probably.
Especially since that my the Big Agnes is much bigger than the commando tent by far. Height, width, everything. That tent will probably fit inside the copper spur. Even though they're both two people tent, that's probably copper spur is big enough to fit both. So I'm considering on taking my cot with me that I picked up, which is just like Ian's. That way I can not sleep on the ground directly, but better than me trying to climb up off the ground all the time. Huh?
I'm just hearing nothing but freaking fireworks going off. It's 8
Oh,
o'clock.
no, I got the same thing going on.
Yeah, but it's already dark where you're at.
Yeah, yours is getting done. Mine is just getting started. And you can hear it. The thing is, I don't care. Because I lost my dad had his stroke before he died on the 3rd of July.
Oof.
So, yeah, I was more worried about my dad than I was the fireworks. Then he passed away on
the last few regimes that we've had for our country have put me in a sour mood, so
I don't want to deal with that right now. But
yeah,
I didn't pay much for this either, Cliff. So I can't wait to try this. I even got my little puffer jacket.
Now, is that a top quilt or an under quilt?
This one's a top quilt because there's nothing to attach it to, as you can see. It's just a quilt. See, there's the tag. There's a little loop right there. I don't know what that means. Probably something to button to something.
Yeah, tie down check the other side, see if the other short side, see if that's got a snap to it.
Nope. No buttons, no snap, nothing. I'm going around.
I wonder why that one corner has a loop in it. That's weird.
Just one. Yeah, just the one.
That is really strange.
Well, I'm not sure what. I mean, this is like. It's definitely puffer material, and it does collapse like really well. It is down, and it is expensive according to Rob on the Road since he looked it up. Yes, this is a. What is this? I had a name on this thing here. I just cover is 100% nylon, but the fill is down, so not cheap.
Well, that depends on what the fill is.
Down.
Well, I understand that, but is it an 800? Is it a 600? A 300?
Give me a second. Let me look. This was made by Blue Ridge Home Fashions. It says 80%. That's all I can get.
That probably just tells me that that's only filled 80% with down, but the down content is what you need to know. The higher the down content, the more expensive it is.
Well, I can probably look it up on the website. It'll probably tell me more. But generally, they don't just, I think this is not what it was like originally meant to be. Is like a quilt for backpacking, but someone just made it into that. Because
I can actually hear your fireworks from your side now.
they're getting loud. Yeah, just interesting. I got to look up Blue Ridge Home Fashions to find out more about it. So I don't know.
$80.
That's about what Rob said.
So it looks like it's just that's an Amazon blanket. Still don't understand why it has one random hole in it.
I'm not sure if it's either I think it's a full size, not a queen or full queen, whatever. I'm not sure.
Let's see, $650 is according to this. 75% down and 25% feather.
This one says 80%. So
It's always a rough estimate. I don't know what would be warmer, that or an actual synthetic blanket.
I have no idea. I just know that it's a Blue Ridge Home one.
Oh shit! I forgot that I'm all looking at Amazon, all easy peasy lemon squeezy. I forgot that my dumbass actually made an account on here.
Hmm.
Do not want to. You know what? No. Because this way they'll think I'm in Phoenix. Suckers. Gardening and outdoor. Let's see what they got for this. Junk. Still not buying one of those things. Must have been.
Yeah, this one doesn't even look like the picture.
Say what?
I'm looking at the picture and it doesn't even look like what they're showing here.
Oh yeah, because you just got it out of the bag. It's all crumpled up. You let it puff out for an hour, and it'll look exactly like that picture.
Yeah, that's about what was the full queen? So it's not that bad. It is puffing up a little bit, so it is slick as all get out, though.
Yeah, it's nylon shell. Stuff does that.
This one here, I can't find the one I'm looking for because I'm looking at okay, Blue Ridge Fashion.
Oops, Pool and Spas. Let's see what we got here.
Because this one is a nylon cover, not cotton. So there's no, I don't know what the thread count would be. Let me see. Does it stay at the thread count? Let me check.
Why can I never find a 10-foot circular pool? Everything's like 12 to 15 feet.
Yeah,
Hey, there we go. 10 foot. Here we go. Finally, the 10-footers. I found one.
this one's a 60 by 70.
Yeah, that's what the thing that I was looking at said. It's a 60 by 70 carry pouch, 650 fill, puff blanket, travel picnic beach blanket.
So I'm trying under blanket. I didn't look under blanket. I didn't look like either
Definitely
one of
what it
those.
is. 60 by 70 bag comes in 1 foot by 8 inches. Contents sterilized, yes, because they bleach the or they steam the feathers. Yeah, cover 100% polyester. So yeah, and
What, what,
I kept saying nylon.
what is it again? A blanket or is it a comforter?
It's just a throw blanket. It's a down throw blanket. So it's outdoor. Didn't quit. Stop. Outdoor down throw blanket for camping, hiking. Packable, lightweight, and durable blanket. Travel picnic beach blanket. I'm not using that on the beach, man. That thing's gonna get.
No, I'm looking at the home site and it doesn't say anything about them.
Oh, I'm looking on the Amazon because that's where I found it.
Okay, let me try Amazon.
It's the Blue Ridge. Yeah, almost everything I came up with came off of on Amazon. Unless you actually go to the Blue Ridge Home Fashions, their actual site.
Well, the regular one on the one I'm looking at is the dark blue, and that's the size. That's the one, and they want it for $70, $79.
Yeah,
But it doesn't say $650 fill. But it's similar to that though.
$720 essentially.
The dark blue one is what I've got. That's $84. Now this is the midnight color. It is very lightweight though.
Yeah, they don't even have it on their website, which is funny.
But for what it is, it's still worth it. It is a quilt. Now I could put little Velcro, pieces on here to close it up like a sleeping bag if I wanted to. But I don't think it'd be big enough for me when it's folded up like this. I don't think it would be big enough, like a sleeping bag. So I don't know.
Now, usually when they do the ones that are sleeping bags, they're usually roughly 80 inches long because you have to have enough to go over the top and the bottom.
Right. Well, the thing is, when I throw it, I turn it in half. Like this one's this one's 70 inches long, like you said. Oh, I can measure it once I get my freaking measuring tape out and find out how
The
long
only
it
thing
is.
I've ever had long enough to fold in half that actually was wide enough to sleep under and still long enough to go from head to toe is the stupid cover blanket or the sheet that came with my bed set for the last time I bought the sheets for my bed. That sucker, I swear to God, was designed for a king-size bed.
Oh, it had to be.
Because
Man, there sound like machine guns going off out here.
yeah, I can't hear yours, because mine are starting to go off. Yeah, that blanket is even folded in half. It's still as wide as my mattress. But I sleep on a twin, and it goes head to toe.
Oh, this is what I paid for it.
$3.99.
$295. Actually, less than that with 20% discount.
It looks like S60S.
It's someone's writing, but thing is, it fits in the bag. It'll do what I need it to do.
They don't really take up much space. Those things are pretty small.
I mean, if I'm going on a day trip or something like that, or a couple of days, this will be fine.
I mean, that's probably the same size bag that my bestie comes in.
I don't have a super lightweight sleep bag. I mean, I've got this one here. This is the summer weight one from Walmart, which is not the same thing. I mean, it's a 50-degree bag, and there's no way I would be taking that one anywhere colder than 50 degrees because it's just no point.
I've got that 40-degree Ozark Trail one that I bought.
But this one here collapses down like that big. Now, here's the cool thing. The puffer jacket I got from JC Penney. Now this one here is cool. It's a 3X compared to a 2X that I normally would get.
I had a puffer jacket at one point, but I sent it back to the company because they had the wrong size and I couldn't fit in the damn thing.
Well,
never
this
sent
one
me
here,
back
I
another one.
picked it before I bought it. This is JC Penney. And this is what I would probably wear under my regular coat, not over. I mean, just putting it on right here, the temperature, I got like 10 degrees warmer just by doing
I got
this.
a waterproof shell
No,
jacket. It's like a $250 jacket.
I've got my my military hunting coats and stuff like that. Ian's got a full-on military issue stuff.
I've got 2 sets of frog togs somewhere. I got one gray and one green. I don't know where the green one went. I know where the gray one's kind of sort of at.
No, the only thing I did pick up that's waterproof that I could probably wear is I got the poncho, military poncho. But there's
Those
this.
military ponchos, all you got to do is wax them, and they're waterproof.
I think I did pretty good with this. Oh man, this thing coming apart here. I might zip it up. Yep, it's coming apart right there. But it's got the pockets on the inside. Now, the poncho thing, I still haven't figured out how to make that into a shelter yet. Even though I have seen like Tia Outdoors do it and everything, but he has a full-on wood stove to go with it. But I don't
Are
know.
you talking about the poncho halves or the actual just like one single poncho?
Single poncho. Okay, let me put this up, then I'll get back to that and show you.
Because I have one similar to that, the old nylon ponchos. We have a couple of those. We used to actually, me, my sister, my mom, and my dad, we all used to have one. Well, my parents don't like using them, so I've claimed them as mine, and I got both of them somewhere. Well, one of them I know exactly where it's at.
Well, when all the military gear came in that Ian was given to him by the sergeant, I told him when I saw what was in the bag that I'm claiming this because I've always wanted one. He said, okay. Even Ian said it was okay.
It's because I don't like he ain't going to fit in it.
No, it's just the fact is that it's a poncho. And the only thing I was a little sad that it didn't come with it was a whoopee. Because if I would have had a whoopee with it, oh man, dude. That would have been a whole different ballgame with that. Let me close that up here. Okay, now
Oh, hey, look, they actually do have size options on here. Sweet.
Now, I have not figured out how to fold this thing up properly because I was just in a hurry. But here it is. And I wasn't sure if the strings go on the inside or the outside. But there's the hood. It's just straight up nylon.
Yeah, those are the strings will usually go on the outside.
And yeah. That will definitely keep me dry.
And that should have the grommets on each corner, correct? Or yeah, it should have the grommets and then the snaps down the sides.
It's got the snaps right here.
But you should have 4 grommets at the corners.
Give me a second. Let me find the corners. Grommet.
That's a big grommet.
Grommet. Grommet. Snaps on one side and
You should
grommets
have
on this.
on both sides. You should have 2 to 3 down each
There's a
side.
grommet right there.
Is that in the middle?
No, that's near. This one of the sides.
So in the middle.
Yeah, there's one in the middle.
So that has 6 grommet points. That's interesting.
Yeah, along it's got yeah. There's one. That's the corner. Then there's one about there, and one there.
Interesting.
So-
Okay, so if that's that looks like it's actually an NSN actual military style, possibly. Well, see if that thing has the tag on it. If that's actually got an NSN number.
I'm looking. I was getting ready to look. I don't see a tag, but I could be missing it. So I'm looking on the inside of it now.
Or just maybe one of those random odd camouflage ponchos.
Well, this one came from a military active duty person. So he gave out all his stuff. I even had the boots originally, but I donated them back because they were size 11 combat boots. There's no way Ian and I will ever fit in those. But the way it is, it could be used as a shelter. I got to figure out how to do the snap thing.
That is interesting. That might be the what is considered the USGI Industries military style poncho.
Yeah, trying to figure out how to do the snaps is going to be fun. But the thing is, if I could get, let me see if I can find the hood, which way it's facing.
Oh, so it's not a square poncho. It's kind of sort of rounded, at least according to this picture.
Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me find the corners, and I will stand up. Okay, this is the opening for the front, right here. So I'm going to be doing the back side first. I've never done one of these, so I wouldn't know. Holy cow! Oh man, this thing's huge. About
Yeah,
6
you're gonna
feet.
have to do something with your computer because you keep freezing really badly.
I have no idea what's going on. I shouldn't be freezing at all.
Yeah, you've been freezing pretty much the whole, like every once in a while throughout the whole stream.
Weird. I do stop and don't move for a while, though.
Yeah, no, there's a difference between you not moving and the screen freezing.
Okay, well, let me know if it does it again when I'm doing it this way.
It's still doing it. It's doing it right
Weird.
now.
I'm not freezing on my end. And I'm not having any. Let me check my computer issues here. Let me check. Unless Jenny's on the internet. Let me check something. Han? Are you on the internet? You're freezing me up. I was on first. No, it's
Happy
just
life, happy life.
It's on my live. Jenny's playing a game.
Sucking up bandwidth.
My upload speed is 9.2.
And that is why you keep freezing.
It has nothing to do with it. One application. Ian. Oh, love. Come here. Come here. I've got one.
You had TikTok.
No,
You had
I've got windows where I'm looking at stuff, but that's it. I'm looking for research stuff.
and then you open
Hun, I've got an upload speed of 8.5.
You know what? I deal with that all the time at work. Close some applications.
Fine, I'll shut my fucking thing down. You can shut your freaking thing off too. I was on. You know, I do my lives on Thursdays. I apologize, folks. Okay, Cliff, am I freezing up now?
We'll find out here in a bit.
Okay. There's the hood. Like there. But there's one end. There's the other. It's like over 5 foot this way.
Okay, 62 inches by 82 inches is what this thing is saying. What the
That's probably a
dimensions are.
62 inch that way, and that's by 82 inches this way.
Yeah, it's so according to Amazon's price, that's a $45 poncho, and it's hand wash only, and it's polyester.
They snap together like that, I guess.
Yeah, they should just be like that. They're either the metal snaps or the plastic snaps.
These are metal.
The slightly better ones. I think mine have plastic, although I don't remember. Let me go grab mine to see.
So I might try snapping these all together and seeing how small I can get it before I can fold it up properly. There we go. Okay, that's one side with an arm hold. Now here's the thing, am I doing this backwards or not? I might be doing this backwards. No, I think that's right. Okay, that's that one.
To get it because I had to disassemble the box it was in.
Well, according to this,
I'm actually surprised my rubber bands are still in a coherent state of usefulness.
I'm trying to get the thing to fold up properly.
Mine's got metal snaps too.
No. Let me see here.
Holy smacks. They actually.
Okay, I got that leg arm out right. Now I just got to snap this other side together somehow.
Yes. Freaking.
Man, that'd definitely keep me dry, that's for sure. But I'm just not sure if I got the sides right, though. Because
Oh, now that's interesting. Where did that stuff go? It must be in the other one. Yeah, mine's a little dirty and has a couple of burn holes in it.
okay, let me go down where I can see yours.
Oh, I thought that was a burn hole. Yeah, I got a melted spot on there. Piece of glue ought to solve that. Ah, even now my camera's blurry.
Well, the thing is, I've got to snap these in right because
Snaps only going one way.
no, I've got snaps on both sides.
Yeah, but they only snap in one way. So essentially, I've got the same thing over here, but mine's in bright red.
Now, does your tops and bottoms snap together proper? Because on this side,
I only has two
it's
snaps
not
on
this
the,
way.
in the middle. I've only
I'm
got
having
two
trouble
separate
with this
snaps.
side.
And
Because-
yes, my snaps are equally spaced.
Oh, yours is red. Okay.
Yeah, well, mine's bright red. But it's essentially the exact same thing you have, just not camouflage.
The only thing I have with different than mine, I try to find the ends, match the ends up, then match the snaps up.
I've got the grommets on mine, but I don't have the that fifth one like you do.
The extra
I
two.
have 6 grommets. But I do have the hood on mine with the drawstrings.
That's got to be the bottom.
Which, by the way, it makes me look like Little Red Riding Hood.
Huh?
And these
Take us
things
for
work
your
so
leader.
much better with a hat. They work better with a hat.
I got that. It's like we're aliens. We're taking. You say, take us to your leader.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Yep, 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 yep. I'm just snapping it up right now because to get it fitting probably because I had it all backwards. So I just want to need enough just to put my hand through when I'm
How
wearing
many
it.
snaps do you have on that thing?
Okay, I got snaps on the inside and on the outside.
I think your poncho's inside out.
No, it's not because this is where the drawstring is.
Drawstrings on the outside. Interesting.
So, like I said, this goes down past my knees, about halfway down my shins, and it's got.
I don't have mine snapped together, but mine goes about the same length, just about 6-8 inches below the knees. But mine's only got the 4 snaps.
I've
But
got
this
the.
thing is wide as heck. Wide as heck.
I can see how this thing could become some kind of structure with this many grommets and stuff on it. Let me get this thing off here.
Because they're usually about 4 feet wide. This one is actually. Wait, box move. This one's actually a little over 6 foot. So I think this was like 6'3" or 6'4".
Mine's not that big, but I'm not that big either, so that works out great. I did find out that I had it inside out.
Also, you did have it inside out.
No, the first time when I first showed you, it was inside out. But the straps got to go on the inside, not the outside.
No, your drawstrings go on the outside.
Well, the thing is, the way this is made, all the lining where they fold it over and sew, it's supposed to be on the inside, not the outside. But I got it snapped together. I can just flip it inside out and you can show you.
Yeah, I can do mine kind of inside or outside. It really just depends on how I want to wear it.
I've got my snaps go either way. Okay, here's the ones with the ropes on the outside. And I'm not sure where it goes from here, but I've probably got a loop here somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't actually carry this thing with me. This stays actually in an emergency box that normally stays in my car.
Well, this would probably go in my bushcraft bag more than anything else. Since I did get that new medium Alice pack, camouflage Alice pack, I wasn't going to give that up once I found that, But
Hold down there too. Shit.
there it is. So all snapped up and ready to go.
They do come in handy when you actually need them or don't need them.
And like I said, I would love to see how big it is, all stretched out with all the grommets and everything staked out, things like that. But definitely with the backpack on, I think it would probably work really well.
I know the Frog Tog ones, the jackets, those are usually big enough for yourself and the backpack to put them on. And they're still long enough in the back so your ass doesn't get wet.
Right.
And I have actually tested this, so I do know that one for a fact. How the hell did I have this thing folded?
I'm showing 5 people in here, and we still have 5.
That's what I've been seeing for the last, 45 minutes.
I don't know what happened to Dan, but
He's out camping, dude. He doesn't want to be out here. He's out having fun.
right.
If I was out camping, I wouldn't be on here either.
No,
But I'm not out camping, so that's why I'm here.
that center pole mod tent, the tarp,
What about
it
it?
is got another one of those. It's a mesh version of the other bag. And
Hey, Patriot, how's it going? Happy 4th.
Hey, how you doing? Happy 4th of July. This one did come with a couple extra carabiners, Cliff. Small ones, mind you. I have not had this one up, like I said. This one's going to have to go up somewhere else. And it does come with
Wow,
the alien,
that's how I fold
with
it.
alien ones. That's kind of cool.
Trying to figure out how I folded this thing. I got a random bird feather just in here. I don't know why it's in here, but I have a bird feather. Okay. Here's that sort of more or less. Put my snips on the inside.
I'm going to have to go through all my gear to find everything. So, but I will tell you this. I tried this one here when I was at the Renaissance Fair when we were camped out in our tent. This thing is freaking huge. Jenny has the extra large version, and this one puts that one to shame. I don't know if you use a inflatable pillow or not, Cliff.
Yeah, I show mine on here a bunch of times. I have I have a bunch of them. I have an Outdoor Vitals one. I have the Climate X.
That's what Jenny has.
Whatever the hell this thing was. This was my. What is this thing? I have the Cedar Summit Aero Pillow, and I have another one from. God. Where's that thing coming? Got it for free. Thankfully, I didn't have to pay for that one. It was like an $80 pill, and I got it for free. It's in my camp bag somewhere. I had it when I went camping for the meetup.
Well, this one here, look at this. This has got a cover. It comes with it. Even quilted. That's comfy. Now, I don't know if... Yeah, this is the Luxe pillow.
Yep.
And it's sewn into the... This is sewn around it. Even though it's separate on the inside.
Well, that's so it has room to move and shrink and expand.
Yeah, and it's got a little snap right here. You can keep the thing tucked in there. But that's actually pretty comfortable.
Yeah, I've got a similar one. Mine, I still can't remember the name of it.
I mean,
Mine goes into a little bag about, oh shit, I don't know. Like
the ones I was using with is this one here, and this one's my Mountain Design one.
I think up here somewhere. I just gotta find it again.
But here's my Mountain Design one that I've been using. But this one here's got little foam rubber
pillows
on the
there.
inside.
Like 4 or 5 of them.
Well, here's the one I got from Mountain Designs. I picked up at a flea market. It's really comfortable. It's got little foam rubber stuff in the inside. It's okay, but I mainly use this to put underneath my knee right now to help support it.
Yeah, actually, I don't know where I put my other pillow. My Outdoor Vitals one is in the pile over here somewhere. My Sea Summit one's buried on the bed someplace. And then I don't know where my other 2 are. Well, actually, I know where one of them is in my bag in my car. Yeah, I think I got about 4 or 5 inflatable pillows.
We're down to 4. No.
Yeah, it's probably time to start winding down because everybody wants to go outside and launch fireworks.
Not me. I'm not a firework kind of guy. Well, this is another tarp I have, Cliff. It's got the same pattern as the hammock from the Cogs hammock, but it's not a Cogs hammock because it's got the same pattern, like a fall pattern thing.
Mm-hmm.
It is
the
Dyneema stuff.
Yeah,
But
I think that pattern's called woodland camo or woodland.
The only thing is, it doesn't have any ropes with it. But it does have these on the corners.
Yeah, I still think plastic ones are weird.
But on the upper portions, I did see that it had. Give me a second here. Had little loops right here, halfway up. So this is like a tent.
It's more of a shade awning, and that loop is probably so you can tie a string to it and pull it back against a tree.
It's a ridgeline tarp.
Yeah.
It is a ridgeline because it does have. Let's see here. I've got to run my hand along the edges until I find everything because it has these right here. This is where a ridgeline would attach. But the corners have these. And then halfway up is those loops I showed you.
Now, are they halfway up on the outer seam or in the middle of the tarp?
Halfway up.
So on the seam.
Not on the seam.
No, the tarp, in the middle of the tarp.
Give me a second here. Let me double check. I apologize for the noise. Okay. Here's one right here. And it's not attached to a seam.
But it's about 2-3 feet in the tarp. From the
tarp
edge of the
itself.
tarp, it's about 2 feet in.
So it's just a free. It is stitched to the tarp itself. This one probably needs a guy line. Doesn't have it. But then again, none of this one. This one does not have any guy lines whatsoever. Now, I did pick up some material that might be used as guy lines, but it may not be as strong as the ones that we have seen. Because one of the things I picked up. Let's see if I remember where I put it. Oh, here it is. I am too far away. Give me a second. I got to kick back. Because this looked very similar to what I was thinking. I picked up some of this.
Cotton rope or nylon twine.
Yeah. I don't know what the weight limit is on that, but it is heavy duty. It would work for what we're using it for. But this is be one of the ones I'll be getting rid of.
Yeah, if you really want to get some interesting stuff, get this crap.
What
You
is
get
it?
like 200, 300 feet of this stuff for like almost nothing. This is nylon cord.
This is nylon cord. And this one has
No, this
250
stuff is
feet.
like super thin though. Like there is nothing to it.
225 feet. And it is really thin. As you can see, look at that.
It's almost like bank line. It's the nylon version of bank line or the non-tarred bank line.
Right. That still work. Now, would I rather have it be a black color or something like that? Yeah. But I paid less than $1 for this.
Yeah, I got this for free.
Well, this was 95 cents.
And I've been making random things with it. I cut a piece of it earlier. I got about, I don't know, 20 feet and made a little hank of it for God knows what purpose. And then, where did I put it? I just had it. What do I do with it? I throw it in the box. Okay. Oh, I hung it on the door. When I was making, I found some random rope in my bag, so I was making whippings. I was doing whippings.
I think this is the strap that went with my
Ooh, man, that color is. That is like really. You can't even tell that's yellow.
no.
It's like whitewash.
white
But
to
yeah,
me.
I made little whippings. Oh, there we go.
This one here went with the poncho. Little Velcro strap. I got to find the bag for that stuff here. I just took it out and I've got.
Well, those Velcro straps are probably so you can do something like this.
Yeah, that's what that's the
And
way it
roll
was
it up
held.
and lock them in.
But this one here comes with this one right here, with this light AF bag. I don't know who made it, but it might be hemagear.com.
Yeah, I don't know. I could not tell you on that one.
And I'm just jamming it back into the bag.
Somebody got shot at Yellowstone. Moron.
Huh?
Just randomly popped on my Yahoo. Ranger fatally shoots armed suspect July 4th, Yellowstone. Should have just let him get gored by the buffalo.
What are you doing being armed?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably flaunting his rights to bear arms.
This one I think I can't put any more in. More goes in. But like I said, this would be one of them I would definitely be putting up for sale. Because I really don't need a camouflage tarp.
Do if you're camping in the woods.
Well, I'm sure there's someone out there who's got a bushcraft setup that needs a tarp. It just doesn't have the what was the name of that cordage you called it before?
Dyneema?
No, that's the material.
Oh, Amsteel. Sorry, Amsteel.
Yeah, that's that stuff. Yeah, and it doesn't have the loop alien attachments or anything like that.
No, those things are expensive.
Well, this one comes with all that stuff, so I got a lot of them with loop alien stuff.
Yeah, usually about $8 to $9, depending on when you buy them on Amazon.
And I know for a fact that the bags are separate, are bought separate from the tarps. But that's not bad. It's pretty light. I got to find my bag, so I'm going to swap out those stakes. So I already have orange ones. I don't have to buy them. So, yeah. I'm not sure. Do I have Patriot on here or not?
So it's if you actually just look up Loop Alien and you scroll down a little bit, you'll actually find a diagram on how to use those.
Well,
I kind of
okay.
know how to use those because I have something similar.
Well, let me take a look.
Mine isn't a Loop Alien. I have aluminum. I think they're called shark bites. I don't know.
They're like $6 for the silver ones.
Yeah, for like 8 or 10 of them, yeah, you can get them. $7.99.
Amazon,
But you get like a 10-pack.
loopalien.com has them for different prices depending on which they are. Either the aluminum or the titanium. I think these are the ones I have are the titanium ones. They're all different ones though.
Now you can actually get a kit that actually comes with the am steel and 4 of those.
Yeah, I see that.
Gear winder. Actually, what is that kit?
The am steel is 30 cents per foot.
Yeah, that shit's expensive. Holy shit. You can get the aluminum ones for 30. The titanium one is 40, and that's for the kit, and that's a weird Loop Alien. And then they have the titanium RCA starter kit. Yeah, it's 40 for the starter kit, or you can get it in aluminum.
Well, I'm looking at one right here. And give me a second here. This is the center mod one, I believe. Yeah, this is the Mountain Fly center mod. I'm hoping this one's got the Loop Alien on it. Yeah, this one does. I'm not sure if this is aluminum or not because that's hard to tell.
Whack it with a coin, or whack it with something metal.
It's dull.
Probably aluminum. Titanium has a. This is titanium. Ah, what the heck did I poke?
Here, listen.
No. Shit. Yeah, that sounds like aluminum.
Well, that's that one. I mean, I've got other ones that have different ones in them. Some of them are colored, some of them are not.
I don't know how the hell that popped open.
Let me see if I can find another one that's got one different one on there. Give me a second here. Yeah, look at this one here. This is the Z-Pax one. Look at all this.
Bird nest.
That's got a lot of cordage. It doesn't have one of those Loop Alien deals. I got to check the other ones. Here's that Terra Nova one. You okay?
No, I'm dying. But aren't we all?
Okay, this has got the same. This has got the blue am steel. Yeah. Yeah, this has got the same sound.
Yeah, probably aluminum then.
No, well, the thing is, this is the design of Loop Alien, but it's not does not say Loop Alien. So this might be a knockoff.
Probably aluminum.
Now, I do have ones that do say. This one here is a different color too. This is all blue. This is the Terra Nova one.
Ooh, damn, that kind of rock. go. Oh, I can get the hardware in orange, burnt orange, orange color, and blue.
Give me a second here.
Oops, apparently if you're for the alien loop alien kit, if you change color aside from silver, it changes the price. Cordage color doesn't matter, but the minute you change your hardware color, because it's anodized, it changes the price by $10.
Now see,
$3. It's a $3 change.
okay, this one here is the war bonnet one. This one actually does have a loop alien one. It actually says loop. Oh, give me a second. I'll turn it over where you can see it. Stop it! Stop it! It actually says loop alien on it. They're well, it might be the same design. Doesn't mean it's the same company. This one feels lighter than the other one. Well, it doesn't ring because it's wrapped up in string, so it's kind of hard to tell. But it's still got the AM steel cordage, the blue. So, what would you offer for something like this? I know you don't want one. You don't need one. What's a good price to offer for this?
Like $80.
$80? Okay.
Probably 80 to 100, because that depends on how much you got for cordage. Because I mean, the cordage alone plus the kit. I mean, you don't have a full run of that cordage, but the just the for the little loop alien things, or even the knockoffs, plus the cordage, you're looking at a minimum of $40.
Right.
That would be mine, about 40. I'd say 80 to 100.
So
generously.
I think 80 is fair.
But it is all again, it is used and all of that, so
That's why I say 80. Compared to new is a lot more. Not too high, not too low. But this one here comes with 2 extra carabiners. I'm not sure why the carabiners are on this one, but they just are. So I left them alone. I do have something else that you probably haven't seen before, or I'm not sure if you have or you remember this one. Is this.
Yeah, the one you picked up at the thingy for dirt cheap? Or the
Nope.
one that came in the backpack?
Nope. This is the one
that is
I
the
actually
backpack.
want. I got from Jason McDaniels as a giveaway. This is a Walmart $10 Walmart special backpack, folding, collapsible backpack.
Yeah. I have a windbreaker that does that, folds into its own pocket.
Yeah, I have not ever used this one. It's brand new. It's still got the tag on it, and it's a nice little day package. I mean, if you're going to if you're in a backpacking situation, you don't want to carry your whole pack to town with you. Not that I would never leave my gear behind, ever. But it's supposed to be good for like little short hikes and stuff like that. Not that I've ever found a use for it yet. But I won it when he was doing an archery thing, and it my name came up. So, but I haven't seen or talked to Jason McDaniel in forever.
Had
But at
Ian
least-
pop, or not Ian, Evan pop up on my live a couple weeks ago.
Well, you do know who was here at the beginning? Crap.
Wyatt?
Wyatt popped up. First person to pop in, Wyatt. And I haven't seen or heard from him in a long while.
And yeah, it's been a hot month.
But I think about averaging about $80 a piece for these tarps. I think that'd be fair. So that way I could, people can get some stuff cheap, and I could, loosen my gear mount. I do have my folding chair as well as a couple other things. I have not tried my folding chair yet because I can't bend down far enough to sit in it yet because of my knee, but I'm working on it.
Set it on something and then sit down on it.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have to figure if I could probably have to do it on the deck. That way I can stand on the steps, one of the lower steps, then sit on it that way. But Ian's used it. I mean, when we were at the, it was just right before the first Renaissance fair we did over at Amana. He found it in our tent just after I bought it, and he put it together and he sat in it while we were doing our jobs. So it's actually really freaking light, and it's easy to put together. And I can see why people would need one while they're backpacking. It's better than sitting on the ground.
Yeah, I always end up sitting on logs or rocks. I'm used to it.
Well, I mean, what if there's nothing, one of those around?
I just sit on the floor.
But we'll have to wait and see. I wasn't following AR until just now. Oh, Molly was in here for half a second. Today is her and Jason's anniversary.
Which is why we haven't seen him on here.
Right. So, Molly, since I didn't see you, sorry, happy anniversary. Their 26th wedding anniversary. They've been together a long while. But right now, it's neither here nor there. They're doing their thing.
My 24 for my parents.
14 for Jenny and me as of last month. But we've been together since Ian was about a year and a half or so.
Roughly 17. No,
Yeah, about 16 and a half years. But now Ian's 18, which is really freaky. I've got a picture of somewhere of him as a baby in a carriage at his first Renaissance fair.
Nice.
I mean, literally, he's like this big, Cliff.
Nice.
But it's just one of those things. Now, what's that one?
Oh, this is my Hidden Woodsman blackout tarp.
I don't have one of those.
You're never going to get one.
Because they don't make them anymore.
He made a limited run. I think he made like 10 of these total. I literally came flying my ass home because I got the notification at work, and I was like, oh, man, I hope when I get home. I got luck. I literally got the last one.
Oh, how much was it?
It's like $80.
Ouch. I was thinking about getting one of those DD tarps, but I wasn't sure if I need one with this many tarps I already have.
I got this one because it's actually a nice tarp to have. It's 100% waterproof. You literally can't see daylight through it. It's black. Well, not black. It's just dark as all dark can be. Well, I've been working on trying to get this to be a complete shelter kit, and I've pretty much got it narrowed down. I've got two of these generic little carabiners in here. They got like a 65-pound weight load. Should have a second one in here. I should have a red one and a green one. I don't know where my red one's at. Might actually still be in my pocket. And then I had finally, since I found my stakes, I have a bunch of these. I finally put these four in here. So I have that in there.
Switch those out for the lighter stakes.
These things don't weigh anything.
Well, I like the metal ones better.
I actually prefer these ones because you can stick them in the ground pretty dang far. Oh, there's my red one. So I got the two carabiners in there. I've already looped most of the corners, so I got about 6 loops on here.
That's what I did with the.
I'm done fixing my ridge line, which is the green. Which with this tent you won't even see that on there.
Right.
And then I've got the, I guess, Marpat camo, whatever. I got 2 of these just so I can have extra cordage. That's why I have cordage. Just why I have enough cordage with this that if I have to string out more corners, I can just cut sections off.
Well, with my French Army Commando tent, I did loop out the corners to give it a little bit more easier to set up. But I am going to swap out my stakes now that I found those stakes. I don't have to buy any right now because I forgot I bought new ones.
It's heavy, mind you. This thing probably weighs about probably about 4 pounds.
Do you have a plan for re-waterproofing all your stuff or no?
For re-waterproofing?
I mean, every once in a while, your stuff needs re-waterproof. Just be on the safe side.
I don't even remember the last time I scotch guarded or sprayed any of that waterproofing on any of my stuff. I've never had an issue getting wet.
Well, you don't use your stuff enough to find out.
Yeah, that's why I never get wet. Because when I do use it, the coating hasn't worn off.
Man, it sounds like a war zone out there.
Dude, my stuff's going off like crazy, and everyone down here shoots off all the illegal stuff.
Well,
Like
this is the professional stuff going off right now.
Look at a random ass bug. Give me a second. I gotta throw a bug outside. Oh shit! I forgot to turn my light on.
Man, she's doing something again. Hey, Hoga, how you doing? Glad you could make it. Cliff
Sorry,
will
I
be
had an
back
emergency.
right now. Hoga's just came in.
Hey, Hugo, how's it going? Went to go throw that bug outside, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna go close the gate, and I seen a bunch of water in my yard. I was like, where's all this coming from? Out of the
Get
water
ready to
hose on the freaking tree over here. It's been in that tree for the last 3 hours, just pouring water out of it.
Oh, wow.
So I've been wasting water for like 3 hours. Damn.
Well, you got to take care of it. At least you caught it.
I found this little dude.
Little solar panel?
No, it's a solar floodlight with that little white dot right there is a sensor. It's a motion sensor.
Oh wow. Well, that's kind of cool.
But yeah, there's that. And then usually it'll go off after about 10, 15 minutes. But yeah, that thing is, I mean, that's pretty damn bright.
I can see that.
And I wasn't actually sure this thing would still work because it's been sitting in my emergency box, or what I call my emergency box. That thing's been sitting in there for years.
You know that little rope light we got during the gathering last year? I put it on right next to my truck on my truck box when we took the truck box out of the truck, where we could move stuff, and it keeps on going off at night, turning on its own. It's charging itself,
Yeah,
and still working on its own.
that's what they do. They'll do that for about a year or two before the battery just straight gives out, and then they no longer work. I've had to replace mine already.
It doesn't matter what weather it's coming on at it. It still works. It's just like that's phenomenal.
Yeah, they work on a kind of solar, like almost ambient sunlight. Those solar panels are actually pretty good, especially on the newer stuff. This is an older one, but yeah, this thing is very sensitive to light. It's very sensitive. I was actually just shocked that things still worked.
Oh, I bet.
So, man, I paid like $20 for it. I think I paid like $15 for this like 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah, about 5 years ago I've had this thing. Just so I had like 4 of these. I don't know where one of them actually melted. But again, that usually sits in one of my emergency boxes that I found my other stuff in.
Oh, I was telling you about the other my Mountain Designs one. This one here's got a small hole in it.
Oof.
I don't know where the leak is at, but it's very comfortable. I'm trying to find where I put that freaking pillow. I blew it up. Now I can't find it, which is really freaky. Oh, there it is. It fell. Okay. I found the bag trying to figure out where the heck did I put that? I am a little jealous of Jenny's Thermarest sleeping pad because she has a quick release valve on hers, on her sleeping pad.
Yeah, I've got one on mine. I've got 2 valves. One it's a double snap one.
Well, this
you
is
just
the
pop
one.
the big one, and that thing eats the air out. Oh yeah, that Thermarest Neo Air. That's a nice one.
Yeah, that's what I got. That one for her. I mean, I could have said mine, but she didn't have one, and it's comfortable. It blows up fairly quickly, and everything else. And it's just a nice little one compared to the other Thermarest that I've owned. I've owned the military style ones because that's what Ian and I acquired. But when I picked up my Big Agnes Q-Core one, I gave my other old one to Ian because his developed a hole in it. So he's got a new sleeping pad now too, because I didn't need the other one because I only paid for like $4 or $5 for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm out money or anything. And I got a nicer, lighter one anyway. I just got to load up all my gear into one bag and see how much it actually weighs. The only thing I can't really add on there to figure out is food. I can do water. I can do the cook set and all the other stuff, but I don't have the food to put in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how you judge the weight, is by knowing how much food you're going to use, that kind of thing. Now, Jenny's backpack is really cool for one reason. Wrong backpack. It's like, this is the MS 4400 square, cubic inches. See if I get that name on there. You can see it. This is the Ascend. I originally paid it for like $150 from Bass Pro, and it's fully adjustable from the torso size in the back.
Yeah, most backpacks usually are.
Well, this is a couple years ago. They were just starting to do that back then. And the fact is,
That bullshit they didn't.
well,
They've been doing that for the last 20 something plus years.
well, this one here, I didn't know it did that, but it is adjustable and everything else. And it's got the little thing I like about it. It's got the hip pouches, which is nice. Especially
The
when
only thing those things are ever good for is to stick one cell phone in and then use the other side for your freaking snacks.
Snacks is what I usually use mine for anyway. But for Jenny, she doesn't really need a lot. I like the fact that it comes with its own rain cover, which is right down here at the bottom, right down in here. Give me a second here. Where did I? Crap. I don't open this one up enough to really practice taking it out. But it's got a rain cover in here and everything else. So that's where I think is really cool about it. And, it is a hydration pack compatible and everything else. Free floating lid. And it weighs about 5 pounds. That's the only thing, is the weight. That's why the Kelty I just picked up is a lot lighter than this. The only thing it doesn't have is a rain cover, which I'm going to have make sure I get
Yeah,
one.
you're gonna have to buy a separate one for that.
Now, I'd like to get one that matches the pack itself. But as I told her, if we ever have to wear that, she's going to carry the light stuff, like the first aid stuff, like the food, anything light. If we're together and we're doing that, there's no way she's going to be carrying the heavy gear because she's not used to it. Me, I would be carrying the tent. She'd carry her own sleeping bag, obviously, because I can't carry both. But the basic stuff. Maybe she can carry the tarp. That way we'll have some kind of rain cover to just sit under if we need to. Not necessarily have to put the tent up, but someplace just to sit, get out of the weather, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But she knows our footwear and things like that. I mean, I've got my Dexters. These are the ones that Jenny Drew's. These are Drew's. Jenny got me these. These are actually fairly comfortable. Really wide in the toe box, which I really like. Most people can't even begin what it feels like when you wear shoes most of your life cramped until you get your toe box in the right position.
Oh, I do. I bought a pair of shoes that were not wide enough for me and wore them once, and my feet were killing me for like 3 days. I never wore them shoes ever again.
Well, I mean, I still carry these because when you're in camp, even though these are fairly heavy, these will save your feet, especially allow your feet to breathe.
I have a similar pair of sandals too.
These are Dunhams.
Birkenstocks.
These are Dunhams. Oh, sorry, upside down. Dunhams. But these are. I've been wearing these enough. I got my toe marks in them, obviously. But these work really well. I wear them all year round. Only thing I did do with one of them, I extended the Velcro on the backside down here to make them tighter. Threw some extra Velcro on there so I can tighten it down tighter. But these right here are great for when you want to make sure your feet are to breathe. Because you don't always have to have your boots on the trail, because if your feet are enclosed and they're sweaty and everything else, your feet are just going to be miserable. Now, I don't know what kind of shoes you wear when you're, you got your regular day-to-day shoes. But
I just wear those. I'm so used to wearing them. To me, they feel like sneakers.
What are they?
Steel toe boots.
Well, I have my steel toes, but
That's all I wear.
well, these right here are like 3 times the weight of my hiking boots. These are composite toe. Now,
Yeah,
this
I actually have mine are leather. The actual these are Caterpillar leather steel toe boots.
these
I'm
are
so
the
used to wear. I've been wearing steel toe boots since I was like 14. So like these things, I don't even feel them when they're on my feet.
well, these are the Avengers, and with my knee problems, I can feel every ounce. You know, because
Gotcha.
the weight,
Should tell
my
me
feet,
about it.
having to pick my feet up all the time, big difference.
The
Now, go ahead.
I was gonna say the I'm so used to weight. I actually got bored yesterday and actually weighed all the shit that I walk around with. 3.5 pounds
My one
of,
boot weighs that much.
of gear. Well, that wasn't including my boots. That
No,
was
that
just
my
the
boot
stuff
itself weighs
that
that much.
I didn't even throw my belt in there because my belt should have been part of that. That's probably another freaking 2 or 3 another pound.
Well, I carry 3 knives on me at all times.
I have
I
3 or 4 at least.
I have my ferro rod in one pocket. I have a flip magnesium bar in the other.
I got it all in one.
I got more than one.
Fishing gear.
I also have my O light in one pocket. I have my regular keys. I have my work keys and my wallet.
Aside from cooking and shelter, I have literally survival. This is all I can survive just with this shit here.
Yeah, you still have your whistle though, right?
My whistle?
You put a whistle on there?
No, that's a flashlight.
Oh, I thought it looked like a whistle.
No,
That's your
that's a
O light,
flashlight.
right?
And that's my ferro rod. But here's the funny thing. I just found this out. I was thinking about it earlier. That's a hollow tube.
Right.
What can you do with a hollow tube? That's
Whistle.
closed on one end.
Whistle.
Exactly.
Fire. Making a fire piston.
Not with this.
Why not?
End doesn't come off.
No, you can get a separate rod that fits in there with a O-ring and make one.
Can't. It would ruin the seal on this.
Oh,
Because that's a ferro rod and striker. It's all encompassed. So again, I have everything I need to survive, or at least make shelter, because I have tons of cordage on here. Tons
Right.
of cordage.
well, I do carry cordage in my backpack. I've got that 100-foot hank of paracord, but I also have that little 5x7 tarp from Walmart.
You also got paracord on you at all times, no matter what you go, even when you don't have your bag. Yeah, exactly.
I always carry that. But I also have the one on my key ring, which is a little about that big piece. I showed you that one.
Yeah, I've got the only thing I have on this one. I just have the keychain. I got the thing, and then I have my bottle opener, and then my little multi-tool.
I've got one of those little multi-tool things. Mine's got a little screwdriver and everything else. Then I've got that that carabiner one that goes on the end of the paracord keychain. I showed you
The fire beaner.
something like that. But mine's not a firebreather, but it's close.
Yeah, I've got tons of cordage. I always have cordage on me. I still get asked, "Why do you have so much cordage on you?" I was like, "Why don't you have any?" But anywho, sir, I'm winding down. I'm getting
It's been a while. This is actually one of the longest ones I've had.
3.5 hours at this point.
This one here is a 3.5 hours, my record for a while.
Yeah, there's only like
I will
3
see you
people
on
in here.
Saturday. Hopefully,
Say what?
Saturday, you're live.
Yeah, I'll be live Saturday.
I will try to do a video on the center pole mod one this weekend. That way you can see it at a later time, because I know you're going to be at work. So I can find out what the heck it is and what I can do with it. So it's got all those different things. I want to see what it can do. But I'm going to say good night, everybody. Thank you for coming. I wish you to come. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And happy 4th of July. I'm out of here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done.
You got to click that thing before